Hey, how's it going, everybody? We are about ready to get started here. Sorry about that, Johnny. You missed. You want to do it again?
Check out the screen. Start it over.
I was a little slower to draw there, man. I'm sorry about that. I'm still a rookie, man. That was worth price of admission right there, though.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I am here with three of my good buddies. We got Brad from Category 3 and me. We got Johnny from Johnny's Boutique Podcast. And we got the man himself, Tony from Basement Blues.
Hey there.
And we are here today
The
talking
Iron
talk about the great Martin Scorsese, some of our favorite films. So, guys, y'all want me to go through and let y'all introduce your channel, or y'all just want to say something, or I don't want to put y'all on the spot. I'll tell you what, Brad, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna make you do it. Go ahead.
My name is Brad, Category 3 and me. You're probably not subscribed. Might want to keep it that way because I do only real specific genre stuff that I happen to like. If I don't like it, you're not going to see it on here. But if you're into weird, crazy, wild, the wilder side of cinema, check it out.
Yeah, Brad's a good guy, man. He watched some weird stuff, man. But that's why me and him get along so well, because I love the same crap. So here's my buddy Johnny. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, everybody who's inclined to go check out the channel, that's Johnny's Boutique Podcast. Just went through a little bit of a name change, trying to network it just a little bit better. But hey, just like Brad, watch a ton of weird shit. Most movies that probably a lot of people wouldn't probably care to spend money on. So, but we do it. We have a lot of fun. So please go check out the channel. We do live streams. Pretty much on my channel, I'm probably most famously for doing the 6-hour streams with my good buddies here, while we're all, having a few beers and kicking back and just talking the shit. So, but yeah, guys, head over to Johnny's Boutique Podcast tonight. Check it out.
And of course, we got the man, the legend, the man with the room that everybody wants, Mr. Tony.
Hey there. So, Tony, Basement Blues. I love collecting physical media. I do like my steelbooks and slipcovers, and very happy that they asked me to be on the live stream tonight. So I'm glad to be here.
All right. Guys, I tell you ain't going to ask for a better group of guys here.
So we're going to count you in for the next 5-hour live stream at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I may have to take a nap.
I got your number. I'll just 911 call you until you get on here. Don't worry about it.
These help a lot, by the way. Just a little insider tip. All right, guys, guys, there is no method to our madness here. We don't have no well scripted out live stream. You're going to learn quick if this is your first time here that we pretty much get on here and shoot the crap, and we just talk about movies and have a good time. So, guys, we're going to see who's out there looking at us. Dirk, how you doing, man? Hell yeah, Scorsese is definitely in my top 5. Dirk is always around. I always love seeing him in the chat. All right. That was me. Earl, I'm going to go ahead and throw this up there, guys, for anybody that's here for the first time. We had a little bit of a problem last time there at the end of the stream, our 5-hour marathon stream. We missed a couple people's comments. We were multi-streaming. That was for the first time. And we missed a couple of the chats. So for some reason you don't see us responding to your chats. You may be on Brad's channel or Johnny's channel. You may want to go to somebody else's channel and ask. But guys, we're going to do our best here. We're still kind of learning this. So apologies if we do miss anybody, but I think we got it under control.
I'll be watching the chat. I'll be watching the chat.
We're all set up here.
Okay. Well, you guys slap me upside the head if y'all see me missing anybody.
Little eBay business had to take care of a couple things. So.
All right. Matt Gentry, how you doing, buddy? All right. Hold on, let me say that a little better like Matthew McConaughey. All right. Is that better? I made it for the beer and the popcorn, boys.
That's a Soundwave who joined us on Discord for the Joe Bob specials.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hollow Notes, how's everyone doing? Did Pops do any damage on Kino Lorber or just the other 3? Guys, I got almost $250 in my cart. I have not hit the button yet. Probably tonight. There's no way I don't make it through tonight without go ahead and hit that button. But I got $250. It was over $300. I'm trying to whittle it down a little bit. But I have not done any damage yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Whittling it down while taking suggestions from other people going, hey, what did you get?
I take away 3 and I add 2. So, it's like that.
Yeah.
What's up, Kyle?
I always start at page number 1 and go through all the things that I want to get. And then my cart,
that's me.
$500, and then I just keep whittling it down.
Yeah, that's me. I was down to almost under $200, And then I watched Johnny's live stream later last night, and I added 2 or 3 things back into it, like that damn werewolf movie on a motorcycle. I had to add that.
That looks killer. I don't know how anybody left that behind.
It looks so good.
That looks great.
The way my card is like currently sitting right now, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna wait till after the orbit trip tomorrow, then try to whittle it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be homeless, man. Like this is gonna be a like 6 months.
You're to walk into the orbit store and just slowly close the tab from Kino. Just forget about it.
Oh man, I can't do it. Those prices are too good. I mean, I finally hopped on there to see what their sales are like. This is definitely my first one getting on there. You see those Blu-rays for like $7, $8, $10 for the majority. Man, those are dumped in prices, man.
I'm hoping to make it there later this year. We got a cabin rented up there in the mountains around Thanksgiving, and we're going to be about an hour away, so I'm going to try to make a trip over, probably sometime in November. All right, Cal Daily, how you doing, man?
Was that for Orbit?
Yeah.
Hey, let me know, man. We'll meet up, man. Hit the bar up, and then go make some bad decisions with our credit cards and our wallet.
Hey, I'll let you know, man. Like I said, it's probably going to be about maybe the week of Thanksgiving, week before. Not quite sure yet. All right, let's see here.
Not to mention Black Friday sales for around that time.
Yeah. Casino number 1, yeah. I can see that. I can't argue with that. I'm curious to see how everybody's got theirs placed. Casino could be a strong argument for number 1. Hello, guys. Dead Pig got me here. What's going on, Joe Bob? Joe Bob Tar Heel.
Hey, Joe Bob.
Challenger 5150. What's up, Pops? How we all doing? What's going on, Challenger? All right, so that is everybody that's out there right now, guys. So, guys, I think the way we're going to do this is we're just going to kind of go around the table. We're going to start at number 5, go down to number 1, and we're going to talk about our picks. And you guys feel free to throw out there in the chat what you guys agree with, where y'all would have placed these movies, or whatever you guys want to talk about. Ask questions, whatever. So, Brad, if you want to get us started, buddy, you're number 5.
Well, was that how it is? That 5th spot sometimes is the hardest one.
Absolutely.
And I had my number 6. I mean, it was game time decision. I've got them both laid here, but I ended up going with Raging Bull, Robert De Niro. Not the best boxing movie if you look at it like aesthetically, like the boxing and all that stuff. Robert De Niro didn't know what he was doing, but the story is incredible. Great character story of rise and fall, and the mob elements and all the stuff in it, and it looks incredible. The black and white. I don't know why these black and white movies pop so well, but it looks great, and the banter between him and Joe Pesci, it just cracks me up every time. They really do act like brothers because they are such good friends in real life. So it actually works out pretty good. I believe the story was that Joe Pesci wasn't even an actor at the time when he got this role. Now, I could be wrong. It might not have been this role, but it was a role like this, but he was a hairdresser. And I always thought that was funny. Like, Joe Pesci is a hairdresser. Like apparently a top-level hairdresser. And then he becomes a tough guy in movies for years to come. But
yeah, it's hard to picture.
I've been watching this movie for years. I hope it gets a 4K, and I hope it's in some of your guys' lists. But I don't have a whole lot to say about it. If you have not seen Raging Bull, you've got to run and check it out. This ain't Rocky, by the way.
Yeah.
This is not
the
a
way these
story.
The way these black and white movies really look good on 4K, we really need 4K for that one there. That'd be a great 4K release.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we ain't already got it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably going to be released on 4K because I did not have that one in the collection, so I bought it. It hasn't arrived yet, but it should be coming in the mail. So it's usually whenever I buy a Blu-ray release, the 4K gets announced. So
yeah, hey, that's happened to me plenty of times.
That's how it works. That's generally the way it goes. But this is an old studio version. This has been, I don't know, it's got to be 15 years old. But I guess we just don't have anything else. I mean, I don't know how good the demand is. But like I said, if you're looking for Rocky, this is not it. This is an anti-hero story. Jake LaMotta was not a good man, not a good person. He just happened to be an extraordinary boxer. But definitely check this out.
Well, that's a 1980 release? 81?
1980.
80?
1980, yeah.
Great movie. Good choice. The guys, if you guys are okay, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat. In between picks, I'm going to go through the chat. You guys okay with that? Just got to stay on top of it. All right. Barnabas Collins. Hey, guys. Good to see you all tonight. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here with us tonight. Kylo Davis is shaking my head. Laugh out loud, Tony. All right. So, my man Johnny, you are on the clock. What you got for us?
Absolutely. I know this is probably not in a lot of people's top five. I appreciate this movie though a lot. I know the runtime could be definitely not be a favorite amongst people, but I'm going to go with The Irishman. I just have to. I know a lot of people don't care for the digital alterations that were done. We all know the story of that. But I think I've watched this movie now about 3 times, and I could easily probably pop this in right now and watch it all the way through again. And I'll give props to special features that's on the second disc for this. I popped that disc in. I couldn't get off of it, but I think the movie, I'm sure maybe not right now it's going to be perceived as one of his best, but let's give it like maybe 20, 30 years, and we'll see what we're talking about then. Because, I mean, the guy's got like 17, 18 more projects lined up, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Surely they're not, who knows if those are going to come even too close to a film like that. So, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That might be his last great masterpiece,
I don't know if anybody else took away from this. This didn't make my top 5, but I don't know if anybody else took away from it. When you watch this. To me, it looks like they're all having a great time. And I've seen some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Marty is having a ball, shooting the breeze with his buddies. He brought back everybody he could. He cast from Goodfellas. Anybody he could think of to bring back in the movie, he brought him back, paid him well. And just $200 million for this. By far his most expensive movie. And I think it was just a big thank you to his everybody that's worked with him all these years. But they seem to have an awesome time. They're anybody was in it.
And how great was it to see Joe Pesci come back? Joe Pesci hadn't done nothing in a while. And that was my favorite part, is watching him again.
Like Brad just said, like you can literally watch them just having a ball on that thing. You could tell most of them are not there just for that big paycheck. They're all there because they've all pretty much grew up together at this point in front of a camera.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the movie got a lot of crap when it came out, and you would see reviewers. They were talking about. They would say Joe Pesci was over the top violent and over the top yelling and very loud, and it's like you didn't even watch the damn movie.
Nope.
You didn't even watch it. He does nothing. He's very, very slight. He's very, very quiet. He doesn't yell at anybody. He comes home. There's one scene. He comes home with blood on him. That's the entire extent of his crimes. He's a boss. He's not the muscle. So that kind of stuff irks me, that people were burying this movie and they hadn't even seen it, just going off of previous performances.
And that's definitely the most soft-spoken role that Joe Pesci has ever probably done in a film. So for people to trash it and be like, just over the top violent. We can't just, we can't stand his filthy mouth. And it's like, dude, like really? Like that guy like whispers through that whole movie.
Well, first off, if you can't stand a filthy mouth, you shouldn't be watching a Scorsese movie with Joe Pesci in it. I mean, come on. But that's a great pick, man. By the way, I'm go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so I did not put this in my top 5 either, but it was great to watch. And I pretty much bought the Criterion Collection just because of the special features. If you think about watching this on streaming, like I guess it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard for me to get through just because of having it here at home. And, usually if I see it in the theater, it's more of a better experience. I can focus on it. But it was a long run time, but I did enjoy it. And like y'all said, just having everybody back together, doing a film together, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Now, that's going to be one of my first pickups at the next Criterion sale. I only get Criterions during the 50% off sale. And I have a pretty small collection. That's going to be in my next pile, since I'm the only one on the panel here that don't own it.
That's gonna be interesting. Can we go through this whole stream with nobody buying anything? All of you on your best behaviors.
All right. Brian Goes Blue. How you doing, man? Martin Scorsese did more than 5 movies.
Yep.
I'm gonna put him in timeout. All right. Dirk Hall. Hey, y'all, talk Scorsese. Hell yeah. Challenger 5150. Goodfellas, Casino, of course. Some of the greatest flicks. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. So, my man Tony, you are up, buddy.
Okay, so my pick for number 5 was kind of tough. There was quite a bit to choose from. but I did decide to go with Shutter Island. I just recently watched this. I hadn't seen it since it was first released. I watched it again last year, and this time around, I did find it to be a little slow, slow paced. Like we've mentioned, a lot of these Scorsese films are long run times, which this was definitely one of those. But I just like the way that the movie felt with the cinematography, the way it was. I mean, as you can see, this cover here, it's just a gloomy looking picture, and I enjoyed the surprise element of the movie. I think I figured it out pretty much halfway through, but anyway, this is what I chose for number 5.
Yeah, that was my 6.
I'm sure
Number
Tony's got the
6?
same steelbook, but
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know they had a 4K of that, so I got to check that out. I need to upgrade, but
one thing about this movie that I like so much. Go ahead, John.
As before Shutter Island, like, would you guys like? I'm not trying to be artsy with it, but would you guys probably say that is Martin Scorsese's most atmospheric film as far as setting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so
by far.
isolated.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big departure from what he had done previously. I thought it was a really good change.
Absolutely.
Now, I had not seen this movie in a while, and I rewatched it when I got the 4K. And one thing about this movie, once you know the ending, it's a totally different movie. And the little things that you miss when you don't know the ending, it's a totally different movie. From when he first gets to the island, the way the guards are all, looking at him, the way they're looking at him, the whole movie's different. Yeah. And I think that's kind of a talent right there for the director to be able to do that. Because most times, once you know the ending, you really don't care to see it again. You watch this movie now for a totally different reason.
Exactly. I think. Yeah, so you can watch the movie the first time, enjoy it, and then the second time around, you'll know what's going to be happening. And you can kind of focus on it a different way, which I think is pretty unique.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah, the second watch, you definitely get to have fun putting the puzzle together, just to see if you could even tell of any significance to what's actually going to come to the end. So it just gives it that much rewatch value, I'd say too.
Right. All right, let's see what we got going on in the chat out there, guys. Hook, what's going on, man? Hey, guys, talking to Marty tonight, I see. Now, I'm going to be on his show tomorrow night. He's got a movie trivia show tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And me and Movies with Ryan and Jagoda Blue's going to be on there.
You'll be great at that.
So, yeah, I'm really nervous about that one, Brad, in case you wonder. So I'm afraid I'm going to get on there and forget what a movie is. Much less no trivia about it.
You and Johnny are like the king of the second disc, of the bonus features. You guys will go through that more than the first disc sometimes, so I'm sure you're going to have a wealth of information to drop on them.
Yeah,
Cal said, how you doing, Huck?
Yeah, plus Huck's got such good high energy in his videos.
Oh, yeah, he was made to do that, man. He was made for it.
Yeah, you'll fit right in with that. That'll be good.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it, but I just hope I don't go in there and embarrass myself. Well, I know a lot of movie trivia, but like I said, high stress, I always fold on the big test, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do my number 5, and I'm going to show you which one it is, and then I'm going to complain. All right. My number 5 is Taxi Driver.
Wow.
And I know that's probably a surprise to be that low on the list, but what I'm going to complain about is this is the only copy I got. Look at that sticker. I got this from Best Buy. I don't have a 4K of this yet. But that sticker right there this is why this releases in my closet of shame over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, as soon as
any Goo Gone that you can put on it? Goo Gone?
I pulled this out of the closet right before we started the stream. So I just seen this. I hadn't had a chance to, but yes, I do. And I will get that off.
You know that's driving Alan crazy right now.
Yeah, so we're going to take the slip off. I'm just going to show you all this. How about that?
Without a slip. Yeah.
And it's also got the clipper case, which I also hate. So I got to get a 4K of this, guys. But and I think the only way to get a 4K is in that box set, right? That
that is
the Columbia
correct.
Classics.
Columbia Classics, but it's its own thing. It has its own slip and a single case, which I really like that about those.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wanted this to be in my top 5. I hadn't seen this movie in probably about 4 or 5 years, so I rewatched it yesterday. So it's still pretty fresh in my mind, whatever. So guys, Robert De Niro absolutely knocked it out of the park in this movie. He was made to play this movie. Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, this is the reason why Robert De Niro is one of my favorite actors. I mean, is this movie right here. Of course, the same thing can be said about Raging Bull. Him and Martin Scorsese are absolute perfect marriage in my mind. And that's why he's been in so many of his movies. What was I saying before the stream started? He's been in, 9 of his movies?
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is absolutely I feel like one of Robert De Niro's greatest roles, in my mind. Maybe with the exception of maybe Goodfellas. I love him in Goodfellas, but he shines in this. But yeah, the scene with Jodie Foster and Harvey Keitel, you know, I had to look up the dates that they were born. Harvey Keitel was like 37 years old. Jodie Foster was like 13 during their kissing scene. After doing some more research, I found out Jodie Foster had an older sister that was 19 that actually was the body double for those scenes. So I felt a little less creeped out watching it. But yeah, just the way you see Robert De Niro kind of slide into being crazy, and to kind of just see him go from, you know, kind of an everyday guy having a rough time of it. His cheese is kind of falling off his cracker as the movie goes along. It was just enjoyable as hell to me, guys, and it's definitely my top 5. You asked me tomorrow, it may be higher than top 5, than number 5. But right now it's going to sit at top 5 in the stream tonight.
Yeah. Plus, it was good to see. It was good to see Sybil Shepherd. She did.
Yeah.
Never
And Harvey Keitel, I mean, he with the long hair and that role for him, I had to kind of go, was that Harvey Keitel?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in a while. But
Sybil Shepherd in that movie would never have anything to do with Travis Bickle.
No, yeah, she was not ugly in that movie.
Oh, damn good looking lady.
Wonder what she's been up to. You don't ever hear from her anymore.
I don't really
I don't know.
seen her that much.
I guess she's still spending that moonlight money.
Yeah, I guess so. And then Bruce is having to put out a Blu-ray every week to pay for whatever he's having to pay for.
You got to give it up to Harvey Keitel though for playing such that sleazy role.
Oh yeah,
because this is believable. I mean, it's just gritty all the way through and through. Like he's just a manipulator at best. He does it good on screen.
Yeah, and guys, I tell you my favorite shot of that, real fast. My favorite shot of that whole movie is, guys. I mean, this movie came out in '76.
Yeah,
so if I'm spoiling this movie for anybody, I apologize. But the end of the movie, when he's on the couch and he's got blood everywhere, and that right there needs to be my screensaver for the rest of my life. That's like the greatest shot, man. And it's absolutely great. The way the camera pans out through the whole scene to kind of replay everything you just seen. Just a damn great shot.
Yeah,
I like
the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's awesome at it as the crazy guy in the back of the cab waiting on his wife. Remember, he's going to go up there and murder his wife.
Was that Martin Scorsese? I did not pick up on that.
He's in the back seat of the cab.
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
I didn't either. I didn't pick up on that either.
He's really good at it too. Like you believe it. Like you see what she's doing up there?
Well, that's crazy. I did not know that.
The line he says in that too is great. He was talking about killing her with a 44 Magnum, and he was like, "Have you ever seen what a 44 Magnum can do to a woman's face? Like it's just priceless. Like he does it so great."
And I took notes, man. I got on IMDb, and I still didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, get ready to kick me off the stream. It's not my top 5, so you're not gonna see that. It's in my top 10 for sure, but it is not my top 5.
Yeah.
So,
no, man. Hey, that's your top 5, man. No judge.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have a Travis Bickle type movie in there, but I'll go ahead. I think I'm up next.
Well, let me go ahead and get caught up on the chat here real fast. Let's see where I'm at. All right. Huck said, thanks, Tony. He's talking about him being a good game show host. Brian goes blue. Yeah, I just wait. Taxi Driver will get a standalone 4K. It's too big a classic not to. Yeah, I agree, and I can't believe it already hadn't. I mean, I know it did in that box set, but this movie should have had one a long time ago. Rubbing alcohol pops. Take that sticker and residue right off with some elbow grease. Yeah, I plan on. Like I said, I pulled this out of my closet maybe a half hour before the stream started. Dirty Grandpa. Dirty Grandpa is my favorite Scorsese film. De Niro kills it in that role.
Now it's spring break.
Yeah, that scene in the reclining chair, the opening scene is probably his best acting he's ever done. All right, Dirk Hall. Yes, I love Taxi Driver. That scene with Scorsese talking about blowing brains out is priceless. But you talking to me? Yeah. Couldn't tell you how many times I've quoted that. Yeah, my son was here last night while I was watching that scene, and I kept telling him about it. Of course, he don't care. And I was saying how famous the scene was. Here it comes. Watching the scene. He does it. My son didn't bat an eye. He's like, You know, he just ain't in the movies at all hardly. I mean, he's a big time video gamer. But I try to get him to watch some of the old stuff. He just picks on my '80s movies, tells me how cheesy they are. But yeah, he didn't care much for that scene, but I was geeking over it. So all right, Brad, what you got for number 4, buddy?
Well, controversial pick for number 4. I'm sure it's a lot higher on some people's list. It is timeless. It is a classic. But I like the other 3 in the top 5 more. Goodfellas. 1989, I think it was, based on the testimony from Henry Hill. So, of course, you're going to make yourself seem like a very important movie in your own biography, or very important person in your own movie biography. So there's been some discrepancies with that, but everything about this movie is great. The dialogue is insanely good. I love how the gangsters, they're just blue collar guys. They're just trying to make some extra money, and everything to do. Robert De Niro kicking the, doing this, trying to stomp the guy's head in. Just like they don't really know what they're doing. They're kind of, and then when they are stealing, Joe Pesci's having a ball. He's shooting the gun out of the car, and I just it's infinitely rewatchable. One of the best scores of all time. I mean, you just don't get no better of a score, in my opinion. But it does have a 4K, and from what I understand, it's not a very good 4K, and it's OOP anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, my number 4 is Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice steel book.
Yeah, he's right. The 4K is not the best, but it's all right. It ain't bad enough to take you out of the movie. I don't think.
No.
All right, well, Johnny, I don't see nobody else in the chat. Hopefully, we ain't lost anybody. Do what now?
Wasn't a lot of name changes had to take place due to legal reasons that Martin Scorsese couldn't use real names?
Yeah, I believe so.
Of,
I believe so. I mean, there's so much lore and so much history with that movie. I mean, you could go on all day about all the stories behind that, and it's. I mean, there's just so much going on with it. Try to keep it as short and sweet as possible because I could talk for hours about Goodfellas.
So I took a lot of notes on Goodfellas. If you guys want to hear a couple of them, some of them are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
At least let me feel like I didn't waste my time on my notes. All right. So the How Am I Funny scene, the scene with Ray Liotta, and which is one of my favorite scenes. That's actually based on something that really happened to Ray Liotta when he was waiting at a restaurant. There was some gangster guy in the restaurant that he was waiting on. He told the guy, you're really funny. And the same kind of interaction happened. Well, he basically told Scorsese about it. And he told him and Ray Liotta to act out the scene. Nobody else in the shot knew they were going to do it. And so when Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci do that scene, nobody else in that shot had any idea what they were doing. Just kind of make it a little more authentic. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
and Ray Liotta's mother died of cancer during the filming of the movie, and he said he used that anger to like when he pistol whipped that guy.
Yeah.
He really tapped into that anger for scenes like that. Al Pacino was offered the role of Jimmy Conway, but turned it down for the fear of being typecast. De Niro got the part, but Pacino says that it was the biggest mistake he ever made.
A little more to that. On top of that, Pacino, the next role he took, he played a gangster in Dick Tracy.
Yes.
So maybe there was
dinner
more
scene,
money. I don't know what it was.
Right. I'm pretty sure that was probably part of the biggest mistake he ever did, probably.
Yeah.
The dinner scene with Tommy's mother was completely improvised. When they came by to get the knife, talking about the deer hoof and the
hoof.
Yeah. And also the F word was used 321 times, an average of 2.04 a minute.
That sounds
At the
like
time of release, it had the most profanity of any movie in history. As of 2020, it sits at number 15. Another Scorsese film, The Wolf of Wall Street, sits at number 3.
Wow. Sounds like one of our streams, Johnny's.
So there's some useless information for you guys. I am an IMDb super freak. I love my IMDb. When I'm watching a movie, I'll sit there and just read about stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Pop, good job on those notes, man. I did not know that whole scene was improvised and nobody knew about it. For the "Do I amuse you? Do I look like a fucking clown?"
Right.
That was improvised.
Yeah. Go back and watch that scene. Once I read that, I went back and watched that scene, and you can tell everybody else has kind of got this look on their face. And also another thing that I forgot to read on the notes there is that dinner scene with Joe Pesci's mom. The old lady that played the mom was Martin Scorsese's mom
Mom,
in real
yeah.
life played that role.
She's in several of their movies. Casino as well. She plays the old lady at the Italian store.
And she was actually told during her scene that all she had to do was these guys were going to come sit down and you're going to make them dinner. She had no idea they killed anybody. She had no idea they were trying to cover anything up. She was supposed to be there, cook dinner, sit down, and watch them eat. So just to make it more like more authentic, like she was clueless.
Yeah, that does make it a lot better, just more authentic.
Yeah, right. And there was pages of these crap. I mean, I could have written down all kind of crap. I just got the more interesting ones.
In your notes right there, Pop, did it by any chance say how long it took them to shoot or what budget they had for it?
I didn't write down that for this one. I don't think. No, I didn't.
I was kind of curious about the shooting. How long it took to shoot the movie.
Yeah, I didn't write that down. We can all agree that Martin Scorsese definitely has a talent for making his movies at least 2.5, 3 hours long. So
yeah,
you can only imagine how long it would probably take to shoot that. That's I think Goodfellas is probably going to be his masterpiece until his dying day.
Yeah, he probably does a lot of filming and doesn't cut out as much as what other people do, and the studios let him keep in a lot of the material because who he is.
And he's famous for letting everybody improvise. He lets a lot of actors improvise, and that's what makes these scenes so authentic, so great.
Yeah.
So.
Now, my dear friend Brad right there, who always says that usually a film is usually about an hour too long.
Mm-hmm.
As far as The Irishman, Brad, how many
Irishman's at least an hour, maybe 90 minutes too long. But, these other movies are not short movies at all. They are very long movies. No scene, I don't think you could cut 1 minute out of either of these. So...
Yeah. They don't feel as long. They don't feel as long as what The Irishman felt.
No, the Goodfellas just moves.
Mm-hmm.
Second you start Goodfellas, it's just going. You're in. You're not turning the TV off. But The Irishman, a lot of people watch it in 3 sittings.
Mm-hmm.
I could see even more because there's just so much going on there, and it's so damn long.
Go look at this one here, Cody. I ordered spaghetti and I got egg noodles and ketchup. That's such a great line. How you doing, Cody?
What's going on, Cody Montana?
Dirk, Goodfellas is definitely my number one.
You get no argument from me. If it's everybody's number one, it wouldn't shock me.
Damn, that's awesome, Pops. Yeah.
I love Goodfellas, man. I always say this when it comes to movies. A movie can be, like in your series, and we all like Friday the 13th. One could be your favorite, and one could be the best in the franchise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far.
Goodfellas to me, it's probably his best movie, but it's just not my favorite. It's my number 4 on the list. Yeah. But if somebody says it's his best movie, I wouldn't. That doesn't shock me at all, and it probably is.
Yeah. Well, that's why these top 5 lists are so fun to do with multiple guys like this, because everybody's got their reasons,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, Johnny, I think we're on your number 4, right? I'm gonna lose count here in a minute.
Yeah,
keep it up. Keep up.
Definitely. I mean, after rewatching this, because I popped it right back in because it's one of those films, especially. I mean, of course, if you watch this movie, you totally get the feel of Boston in it, and of course, you guys already know exactly what I'm talking about. But of course, that's The Departed.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson. If I had to put my money on who stole that show for that film, it's not Leonardo DiCaprio. It's Jack Nicholson. He steals that whole movie for me. Every line that he's got on that movie, I'm just like this, waiting for his next delivery. Yeah, man, I love the violence that's in that movie, and I love the fact that they're all literally just plotting against one another, and you never know what's really going on until the end. So it's a very corrupt movie, and I would definitely say too. I mean, it's in the vein of Martin Scorsese, but to see him venture out and go full blown Boston for that movie is just very unique.
New setting. It's not New York, and he puts cell phones in the movie. Yep. It's tough to ride around a cell phone because a cell phone can get you in and out of a lot of different. Boom, the police are here. Boom, there's an ambulance. And he put cell phones. Every character's got a cell phone, multiple cell phones, and he made it all work. I'm a big mark for The Departed.
Yeah. And this is the 2006 movie. The cell phones are just kind of getting in the mix. Pretty solid. So now,
just
Johnny,
just have the brain power to ride around a cell phone is crazy. You've all seen Halloween 2018. You remember the sequence where the girl and her boyfriend get in a fight, and he takes her cell phone and throws it in dip.
Yeah.
That whole sequence was there. That whole fight, argument, and all that stuff was just engineered so they could get rid of her cell phone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough device to work around.
And think of the old movies. That could be another fun stream. Think of the old movies that would be totally different if there was a cell phone.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Johnny, you had asked me if I knew anything about the budget for Goodfellas. I did take some notes on this movie about that. There was a $90 million budget, and half of the budget was just for salaries for the cast. You got, everybody knows this, but you got Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin, and it goes on down from there. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is also Martin Scorsese's best opening weekend. He got $40.2 million, and that was the best of any of his movies opening weekend.
Yeah, I know a lot of people saw it twice. I saw it twice in the theater. I couldn't get enough.
Okay, I'm a dumbass. My notes, I ran out of time. I was going to do all this at work, so I had to handwrite this. The $40.2 million opening weekend, that was for Shutter Island. So y'all can edit this out later. I'm throwing my notes away now.
Just call out numbers. People will believe whatever you
Yeah,
say.
we believe it sounded
There you
right.
go.
And
Yeah. No, somebody would have called me on it. Somebody would have called me on it.
Theaters, it had a long theatrical run. I mean, it had
Yeah.
a really long theatrical run. It was in theaters for a long time because people kept going.
Yep. Making
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, making money, keep it in there.
That's
You
it.
know?
Sells more popcorn and sodas.
Yep.
Yeah, I suck, y'all. I worked hard on those notes, too.
Oh, right. Easy to take, man.
I got busy at work. Y'all can see the first part are all nice and typed. I got home before the stream started. I'm scribbling shit down for the last couple picks. Right before I had to get on and start getting ready. So I was like, so y'all excuse me, guys. Sorry.
Your boss is in the stream. Oh, I see what he's doing.
He told me he might watch tonight. So he might be out there. I might be fired come Monday.
That's true dedication, Pop. Doing the notes, man. I mean, you took the time to sit there and just scribble all over it, man, just to throw out bullet points, man. Kudos.
Well, maybe that'll overlook the fact that I was just a dumbass there. All right, we'll be at the chat, guys. We'll move on. Hey, Jace, what's going on, buddy? Casino, Goodfellas, and The Irishman. Strong choices.
What he's saying,
Taxi driver number one for me.
he had it in order, as in one's greater than the other. Goodfellas greater than The Irishman. Casino's greater than Goodfellas.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
Casino's probably his one,
And a taxi driver number one for me.
Yeah.
All strong choices. Goodfellas edged out by Casino and Cape Fear most overrated.
Keep watching, Keller.
Dirk Hall says, I hear you, Brad, but Scorsese has made so many great films, it's understandable.
Sweet. I love your picture there, Dirk Hall. Hint, hint.
He's always got great picks. He always changes,
Yeah, he's
changes
always
it up.
changing it up.
Ryan Goes Blue. Everyone did an amazing job in The Departed. It was such an awesome job. I remember seeing that last scene with Martin Sheen and being shocked in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of that movie is just all out crazy, man. Cody, The Departed is a great American remake of Infernal Affairs. Yeah, Cody, we were going to bring that up. I was talking to the guys before we started. I didn't realize that until I took my amazing notes. Was that this was a remake? I had no idea until today. So now I want to go out and find Infernal Affairs. Have y'all ever seen Infernal Affairs?
No, never. But I mean, could it be even as good as The Departed? I mean, I think it may be like, The Thing is a remake, but the original from the 50s is just not great, So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it may be that kind of. I've not seen Internal Affairs, but I don't know how it could be as good as The Departed.
And I do see that Infernal Affairs came out in 2002, so 4 years before this movie. So it's not that old.
Well, Infernal. So it's Infernal Affairs.
Infernal Affairs, yeah.
I didn't know that at all. I thought it was something from the 50s.
Yeah,
something
according
like
to
that.
IMDb, it was 2002, unless I got that wrong too.
Could
Well-
be. Yeah, there's a string of like these quick little remakes.
Right.
A movie comes out 2 years later, they're remaking it already back then.
All right, let's jump through these last couple ones real fast. The Departed is third in my top 5 solid film. Yeah, I'm a big Nick Nolte fan, man. That's a great movie. Everyone tell Jace happy birthday. Jace, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday,
Jay.
Jace.
Happy birthday, bud.
The Departed is number 2. Love Nicholson's narration at the beginning. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Joe Joker, what's up, man? This is howdy, fellas.
Oh,
I've seen Infernal Affairs, but not The Departed. Infernal Affairs is great. Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, me
check
too.
that out.
Infernal Affairs is definitely good, but I prefer The Departed.
Yeah, I
that's
definitely have to
that's going to be high on my
have to
list there.
find that. Yeah, me too.
All I know is happy birthday. All right, guys, we are caught up in the chat, and we will continue.
So my number 4 is Casino. I don't know. I just really love this movie. It's the bad thing about me talking about these films is I don't really remember. I don't talk very well as far as describing the movie, but this is my number 4. I enjoyed Sharon Stone's performance. She made a big difference in the movie for me. And of course, Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, their interactions throughout the whole movie, and just the whole idea of the casino itself. But
yeah.
This is my number 4. What do y'all
Charlie
think?
M.
What do y'all think about this one? Because y'all can elaborate.
I love Casino, and did you notice there? This is why nobody invites Tony on the streams, because he'll pull a movie, and of course it's got the slip. It's in perfect condition. Ours are all
Right.
beat to hell. We don't have the slip. Yeah. Every title he's pulled, it's perfect. The slips, everything, and he's probably got a spare copy laying there. Yeah, it's hard not to be jealous. That's why Tony doesn't do a lot of these.
See, I was curious if Tony was going to pull out every copy of each one of these movies that he has. So I was kind of hoping he would.
Oh, I could have done that, but I didn't want. We didn't want to stay here all night, did we?
Yeah, it's only a 90-minute stream.
Now, did you grab the Taxi Driver with the sticker? Do you have that copy?
To me,
No, he's got a really cool Taxi Driver slip.
you'll see it. You'll see it soon.
You'll see it soon. It's a
Okay,
really nice
okay.
slip on it.
But yeah, Casino was great. What do y'all think about Casino?
Oh, I'm a big fan of it, man. It's been a while since I've seen Casino. It's probably I was going to try to rewatch it before this stream, but it's probably been a good hot 3 or 4 years since I've seen Casino. I don't have the 4K yet.
I personally think it's one of his most, if not his most, rewatchable movie, in my opinion. I rewatch it yearly. I'm a big fan of Casino. But the story is so fascinating, and it's closer to the real story than Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much. Is it is such a great story, and it's very accurate. Joe Pesci was, a lot of people, you think, why would you get Joe Pesci to be a big, tough, giant, gangsters are usually big, strong men. Well, the real life character that he's playing is very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing a very small gangster that was named the Ant, but he was insanely aggressive and insanely violent. And Joe Pesci
intimidating. Just
even though
doesn't
he
matter
was
what
tiny,
side.
Tony Spilotro, even though he was tiny, he was still the boss for a reason, because he was super violent and scary.
Mm-hmm.
So that it was perfectly cast. You couldn't have got somebody better.
Yeah.
The one thing I remember about, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. One thing I remember is Robert De Niro getting in the car and turning the car on and seeing the fire, and then that kind of stuck with me a little bit.
Robert De Niro's very interesting wardrobe in that movie. And you ever pay attention to how he dresses in that movie? Like, it's all oranges and like bright red suits, and he just dresses just wild as hell in that movie.
The scene in Casino nobody could probably forget is when he's trying to give the guy back his pin that he left on the bar.
Oh yeah,
That'll go down in history for me for that scene right there alone. Just the sheer shock of Robert De Niro's character looking at him and just being like, wow, like what is this guy capable of? Because you can see it all over his face.
Yeah, I need to grab that 4K and rewatch that.
The deteriorating relationship too of Robert De Niro and his wife in that film too is
Sharon
it's
Stone,
almost,
right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to watch
Yeah.
that at some point, especially when she runs off with the daughter.
oh yeah.
That's just so realistic. Where they played it so well, you're believing like, wow, like these two are like really falling apart on screen.
Right.
They played
Yeah,
it
the
very
relationship between Pesci and De Niro, 35-year friendship, and the way that all comes apart, and
Mm-hmm.
just such a great story. Like I said, a rise and fall story. They're all of his movies kind of a rise and fall. That's kind of his favorite, type style movie. But I can never get enough Casino.
Absolutely, I can agree with that 100%.
If I'm gonna order a movie on stream tonight, it may be Casino. I need to get that. Amazon's got it dirt cheap. Of course, it won't have a slip, but You know I don't care about that.
Brad specifically said we can't buy anything while we're spring.
Yeah. I was talking to Alan last night about the Kino sale, and he's like, "No, I haven't ordered anything yet today at all." And I said, "Alan, it's 11:59," and he goes, "Yeah, exactly."
Yeah, we got a lot of night left. All right, let's see what we got going on in the chat, guys. All right, where did we leave off? All right, Jay says, "Thanks, Brian and everyone, for the happy birthdays." Future Boy, hello, everyone. Really impressive for Pop taking the time searching for the love of movies and accuracy. Well, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's definitely no work for me because it's my favorite thing to do is look up crap about movies. I love movie trivia, all the stuff most people don't care about. Not people in this group. Most people outside of our little world don't care about. All right, Jace. Nice choice. Casino might get into my top 5. Got that 4K steelbook. Something about De Niro's performance in that I really like. Love my girl Sharon Stone as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dirk Hall said the morale of Casino to me is that you can't turn a whore into a housewife. I love Casino. Jay says he loves those interesting sunglasses.
Yeah, his the way he dresses. Like I said, I've watched it so many times. I guess you probably don't notice it right away. It's kind of like Quentin Tarantino on feet. But if you know going into Casino, like to watch what the hell Robert De Niro is wearing, like what the fuck what are you wearing, dude? A pink suit. He comes in and at one point, Pesci comments on it. De Niro is telling Pesci's character that he lost control. And Pesci goes, "I lost control? You come downstairs, you're in a pink robe, you got a cigarette holder in your hand, and I lost control?" It's just like, what are you doing, man? Why? Who dressed you? Liberace? I mean, I don't get the point of that. Like, what? Maybe that character, I guess, in real life, dressed like that.
It's 1973. I mean, it was based for 1973.
Yeah, wild colors. I mean, Little Richard wouldn't have worn some of this stuff he's wearing.
I wanted to bring it up too because none of you guys had said anything about it. But how great was that to see James Woods play that character?
James Woods is the ultimate dirtbag in that movie.
Oh man, I love James Woods.
Slimy, just oozing with grease.
All right, where we at? Anthony's Horror and More. What's going on? The ending to Casino is brutal. Fantastic movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again this weekend, man. It's been so long. And I don't know why, man. I'm a fan of that movie. I've watched it 3 or 4 times. It's been a while. Those new 4K Godfather slips look beautiful. Yeah. That film had $1 million budget for costumes, and De Niro had 70+ suits.
Wow.
There you go.
I believe it 100%.
Well, guys, my number 4 pick, we've already talked about. Not a whole lot more to say about it, but I got Shutter Island at number 4. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of this movie. Me and my oldest boy, we used to go to the movies all the time before he moved out to Colorado. But I don't know if you guys remember when this movie was coming out. Anytime you've seen a movie for like a year, they showed this trailer. I've never seen a movie have a trailer shown for so long before it finally came out. So when this movie finally did come out, it's probably the reason why I had such a big opening weekend, because this movie was marketed great. But the main thing about this movie, like I'd already said, is I like this movie more now that I know the ending. Mm-hmm. Like I watched about 30 minutes of this before we started the stream. And when they first get to the island and the guards are taking away their guns, and just the little things like Ruffalo having a hard time getting his holster off, and Leonardo DiCaprio looking at him like, and it's just little things like that. It's a totally different movie. And I just respect the hell out of him for doing that.
As a police officer, you'd take a gun in and off a million times. You'd have no problem doing it. And he's
on a first time watch, that's going to go right by you. You're not going to think nothing about it.
I remember watching it for the first time, and I'm thinking, not knowing anything about how the movie ends up. But my first time watch for this, I'm thinking, man, some of this stuff's very odd. Why are they behaving this way? Why, just like you said with the guns and everything? Right. And that sure is odd. Something strange about this whole thing.
So it was I got about 30 minutes into it. I'm gonna try to finish it later tonight, but it's been a little while since I've seen it. But I watched it right after I got the 4K, but that's been a year now, a year and a half. Yeah. But it's just a little things like the creepy lady with the cut neck. You know, the way she does her, whatever. That's her basically probably being told, "Don't say nothing, be quiet." Just little things. I don't know. I dug it. So that's my number 4 pick, guys. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. I'm trying to get a rhythm going, guys, so I stay on top of this though. All right, I think we're caught up. What do we got here?
Like I said earlier, especially for that film too, it holds such a really good rewatch value because after you watch it the first time and you know what's coming, you get to watch it again to put the puzzle together and try to get all the little pieces out that was heading in that direction that you didn't get the first time.
Yeah, and you watch it a second and third time after that, you're gonna see more little things that stand out. Like the thing with the holster, I didn't pick up on that until just a little while ago. I don't remember that ever standing out to me before.
That's the
so that was kind of neat.
Sign of a great mystery when you've already seen the hook and you want to see it again. A lot of people watch a mystery and the ending, they know it already, and they go, "Oh, what the hell? I don't need that."
Right.
It still has rewatchability for you.
Amen.
So this is a lot about the way
the worst thing that you can say about a movie when you ask somebody, "Was that movie any good?" The worst thing you could hear them say is, "It's pretty unforgettable." As soon as I hear that, I'm totally turned off for the most part. But nobody can say that Shutter Island or most of his movies are unforgettable. At least some of the classics. Jay says, "Who dressed you, Liberace?" That might be the line of the stream.
Like I said, Little Richard wouldn't even wear them suits that he was wearing.
Durko, if you notice how infatuated he was with her, he lost his focus and wanted something he could never have, and she didn't want it, just the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, to watch them fall apart on screen, I'm telling you, I just rewatched that too right before we got on live. And she was literally, took the daughter and run off to be with James Woods' character. And when she comes back and everything, she's trying to play it off like, "Oh, I'm home, honey," and blah, blah, blah. Man, like that is, it makes you want to
she wants to go right back to normal. And let's just sweep this whole thing under the rug. You stole my kid, lady. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, by the way, there's $30,000 missing too.
The conversation at the dinner table. The conversation at the dinner table when she comes back and she's talking about, well, he needed a watch too. Well, he needed a suit, and he's talking about how much his suits cost compared to what he spent on him with his money. Dude, no man in the world could sit there and listen to that and not kill her.
Yeah. I hope he had a good time. I know he did with my money.
Exactly.
Yeah, I might throw that in tonight. And I got it on Vudu. I can watch it on Vudu tonight.
Watch along. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. That'd be a nice little 4-hour stream.
We can count you in, right? we got you in, Tony, for a watch along for that. Right after the stream, be on for 3 hours more or something.
Tony's like, "Don't involve me with
this. Don't even bring me into this. I gotta go to bed."
All right, Dirk Hall says, "I need to give it a rewatch. Haven't seen it in many years." Jay says, "Shutter Island is one of the most underrated Scorsese films. I remember seeing it in the cinema and just hearing that blaring sound score." Yeah, I think I seen it twice in theaters. It was a good time. Duly appointed federal marshals. I remember watching that trailer for a year. It got to the point that every time the movie came up, me and my son said that 1,000 times. And so every time I hear about it, matter of fact, I called my son before this, because he loves Martin Scorsese. He loves it. He's probably watching right now. But I was telling him my top 5, and instead of telling him Shutter Island, I actually said that line instead of the name of the movie. So, like I said, that's just, I don't know. Probably giving y'all more information y'all probably care about. All right. After I watched Shutter Island, I thought I was on really good drugs again. Cody Montana. Joe Bob should have been in more Scorsese films. De Niro tears him a new one.
Yeah.
Man, I should
He
have.
loves running that guy down. Every chance he gets, he loves running him down. It's hilarious. It's just the little things in that movie. Every time he's around, you can tell he's so irritated by Joe Bob Briggs' character.
I can't believe I forgot to bring that little bit of information up too. Because come on, man, everybody loves Joe Bob Briggs to death, and literally, I just saw him on screen just a little bit ago, and I was like, man, like Joe Bob never misses a chance to talk about how he was in Martin Scorsese's film, or he's in Tober Hoopy's Texas Chainsaw 2, but they edited the scene. It's like, man, I can't believe I forgot that. So, Cody, props to you for bringing that up.
It's the casino. People got to win sometime. Mort, you're starting to piss me off.
All right. So I guess we are with you, Brad, at number 3, right?
Yep. It's already been shown. It's already been picked, but I'm just a crazy big Departed fan. I love this movie. A lot of critics didn't like it. People complain about Jack Nicholson's accent. Your mother. I don't know what to tell you. If maybe it's not an authentic Boston accent, but I got news for you. This is a movie. This isn't real life. Or who's going to tell Jack Nicholson that you're not doing it right? It's so realistic. It's so visceral, real. I love Mr. French's character, the guy who's just basically Satan in the movie. He does not care about anything. Strangled his own wife. You have not seen The Departed, watch it, get it. I beg, borrow, steal to watch it. It is a fantastic movie. Super long runtime. Again, the score is outrageously good. And I tell you who steals the movie for me. In a cast this thick with this many names in it across the board, Alec Baldwin kills it in this movie. He is so fun to watch on the screen, where he's doing that whole bit about he's constantly trying to punch somebody. I mean, just everything he does is great in the movie. The whole bit where he's going to go have a smoke. He's asking somebody else to want to have a smoke with him, and he goes, "You don't smoke, do you? You one of those fitness freaks? Get out of here." Like he's having a whole dialogue himself, having a ball in the movie. Can't say enough about it. I hope we get a legit 4K, a real nice, real nice version of this. Long overdue.
Yep.
And it's just a classic. There's no better word for it. You look at it's a definition of a classic, in my opinion.
They could actually do a Scorsese 4K box set of some sort. Something really, really nice.
Crime box set or something.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man. First one there, especially for The Departed 4K. Yeah, I agree with all of you. It's long overdue. Like, we should already have that by now.
Yeah. The music of The Departed is great, too, by the way. I love the score. It's one very, very addictive.
I told you earlier, whenever I saw you do my wife woke me up and told me that you made the post with "Give Me Shelter" by Rolling Stones on there. I was like, man, like Pop knows how to do this. Like he's in it.
Yeah, I didn't never correct you on that. I think that might have been Brad or I did the thumbnail.
Thumbnail is all Pops, no doubt about that.
Who did the music? Was that you, Brad, or was that Tony?
I just picked the music.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to tell you that, Johnny. I wasn't trying to steal his thunder, but
I
did the thumbnail and I sent it to him, and he put so that was all Brad with the music. So that was props to Brad on that.
That was awesome, man. As soon as I heard the song, I had to run in the living room just to put the Rolling Stones on surround sound. I was like, man, this is going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I mean, the music costs a lot in his movies, but he writes. You can see, it's very well documented that Martin Scorsese, when he's writing his dialogue and stuff, he'll write, and Layla starts to open in at this word, and he writes the music right along with it.
That's good.
Not all directors do that, and most don't, in fact. It's a different job, but he does that all himself. He's old school director. You get your money's worth with Marty.
What's really cool, too, especially with him, is he actually directed the Rolling Stones, the actual feature that they had put out. And as soon as you turn it on, he's automatically complaining that they never went over a set list with him, and they're coming down to the last minute for them to go on stage. And wow. Like, even Martin Scorsese couldn't get backstage. Like Richards and them to be like, hey, like, what's going on with the set list, man? Like, I gotta know.
I know he directed some music videos too. He did
Michael Jackson Bad. Yeah. That's what I found today. I thought I was surprised about.
Yeah, me too.
Good point, man.
Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, one thing that I seen a quote that he did or said about The Departed was his one-on-one scenes with Jack Nicholson was some of his favorite moments in his career. He said those one-on-one shots with Jack Nicholson that was just mind-blowing for him.
And they look like they could be related. If you watch the movie, they look like they could be father and son.
Yeah.
It's criminally underrated in my opinion, and I think a lot of people didn't see it, maybe the runtime or whatnot, but man, it's killer.
Well, that's one that I missed in theaters. I didn't see that one until physical media, but I've watched it many times since then. All right, where are we at in the chat here, guys? And you were talking about people were complaining about Jack Nicholson's accent. I actually love his accent. When I tell you to put a body in the mash, you put a body in the mash or whatever. Yeah, I dig it, man. He says,
Don't you laugh. This isn't reality TV.
How's your mom doing? She's on her way out. We all are. Act accordingly.
Act accordingly.
So great, man. So great.
Oh my god.
Hell with Casino. I'm watching The Departed tonight.
There's been 10 movies. 10 movies he's watching tonight. Me and Johnny are going to be in the watch along. We're not going to know what the fuck to put in. It's going to be a medley.
Jay says, I'm
It's
not
gonna
a
be medley.
fucking
We'll
rat.
watch 10 minutes of one movie, 15 minutes of another. Just
Fuzz Aldrin, what's up, man? I like that name. While y'all talked about Alice doesn't live here anymore yet. We have
No,
not.
we
At least
haven't.
not on the stream.
But I
But,
I actually watched that before the live stream started. I hadn't seen it in a long time, but I really enjoyed that one. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it. After I watched that, I had to watch some of the. I went to YouTube and found some of the Alice, the TV show, opening theme song and everything. I enjoyed Alice on the TV show, and I enjoyed Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore too. That was really, really good.
Now, the actor that plays Mel in the show was also in the movie, right?
Yep. He
Is there
was.
anybody else from the show that was in the movie besides him?
Diane Ladd. Is it Diane Ladd? Diane Lane? Anyways, the one that played Flo in the movie came back after
Yes.
and
Plays Vera.
plays I forgot her name on the TV show, but anyways, she's in.
I think
she's in the
I think she
show.
replaced Flo in the later episodes.
Yeah,
Tony, we're showing our age now, man.
I know it.
Wisdom.
Alice was a great show. What's that?
I said full of wisdom.
All right, let's see here. Guys, I done lost count. Where are we at? Who went
Brad,
last?
I just did 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, you want to do number 3, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just gonna blow right through it too, man. Otherwise, we're gonna be in here for 3 hours. We already talked about it, of course. That's Casino, and there's nothing that can be said any more than what we've already discussed about Casino. I will tell you a little, just to get a little personal with it. I'm sure you guys remember when that first came out. It came out on VHS, and there was 2 cassette tapes inside the box
Yes.
because done. So I got to sneak and watch that movie, and an unforgettable moment for me. I'd never seen violence like that on screen. I was way too young to be watching it. But when they're in the cornfield and they're just beating the hell out of Joe Pesci and his buddy with those baseball bats,
Mhm.
Joe Pesci is begging that, hey man, like he's still alive, he's still breathing, and they're throwing dirt on him. I'll never forget it, man. Like that scarred me as soon as I saw that scene. And it's up there,
Yeah.
man. Not just because of that scene either, but I mean, it's just that was the most earliest introduction to like me seeing like what man can do to the other man, just to be that fucking evil.
Right.
You know? Wow.
Yeah.
So,
How old do you reckon you were when you seen that?
I guarantee
If you
you,
had to
man, I was
guess.
probably maybe 9 or 10 at most.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of answers here.
Yeah. So now we understand, Johnny. Now we understand what's going on with you. And we're here for you, buddy.
Hey, it was, what is that, Casino at 9 or 10, maybe 12, 13, I spit on your grave, so hey, it just went.
I got similar stories, man. So maybe that's what's wrong with all of us. Oh, man. Let's catch up real fast. All right. Jason, glad that the party's getting a lot of love on here tonight. So good shipping it up to Boston.
Up to Boston.
Jack Nicholson could have had a fucking Canadian accent, and I would have loved it. Most critics don't know shit. Amen.
That's
Amen.
excuse me. That's not an authentic Boston accent. Your sister's ass. Okay, watch the damn movie. Be quiet.
Hollow Note says, makes sense that The Departed is a long runtime. Infernal Affairs trilogy is almost 6 hours total.
Wow.
So it's a trilogy.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was a trilogy. I think Hall & Oates mentioned that earlier, that it was a trilogy. I really want to check that out.
Me too.
Definitely.
Well, Tony, I think you're the man to give us some information on that. I think you could probably do better research. All right. Durkall says, Mr. French might be the most brutal character in any Scorsese film.
Just dead behind the eyes, just a stone gangster.
Soulless.
To the
Completely
bitter end. To the bitter end. He is just bloodless from the opening credits to the end. She
Mean
fell
Streets is
funny.
underrated.
Do you remember that? She fell funny. And Mr. Prince turns to him and goes, "You really ought to see somebody, Francis." They got axes and stalls in their hands. They're getting ready to chop up these bodies. He's like, "You really should see a therapist, Francis." Jeez.
All right, guys, we're going to move it along. Tony, you want to give us your number 3, buddy?
Yeah, so my number 3 is Taxi Driver.
Look at that slip.
Oh, that's nice.
It's sick.
And I actually watched this for the first time 2 days ago. I had never seen it before, which I am really ashamed to say that. But man, it was amazing. Like I said, this is number 3 out of
Can you
all
go
of these
full
films
screen
that
on
we have
that,
to choose
Bob?
from.
Can you go to full screen on him so you can show off the spine on that
Oh
slip?
yeah. There we go.
These are really cool. Who makes those editions, Tony? Or who made them?
This one, Walmart had a special line of these. Some of the first ones to come out, and then Mill Creek started taking them over, which they did a terrible. Mill Creek did a terrible job with these. But as far as the initial run, there was some really good looking slipcovers with the stickers and the writing on the VHS tape.
Can you show them the spine? How it's got the handwritten. You see what I mean? Look how cool that
Yeah,
looks.
that
Look
is
how
cool.
good that looks on the shelf.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you ever want to see all of these VHS type slips, I've got several videos on my channel that kind of showcase all of the retro VHS tapes. So you can always check that out. But anyway, I love Taxi Driver. I know we've already talked about it. Just one of my favorites. Like I said, I've only seen it 2 days ago for the first time. But great.
Now, Tony, I have all those Mill Creek releases of the slips like that. I have all those, but I don't have any of those. So I don't have that Taxi Driver. Now, how many of those do they come out with like that? There's Taxi Driver. What other ones do they have?
Oh, so many that it's hard to name.
It's like a stack
Okay,
of this.
so
Yeah.
okay.
At least,
Well, I'm not going to go down that road then.
At least 12 the initial first run. I think there was like 12 good ones. And then Mill Creek got a hold of them and started doing other ones.
Yeah, some of them didn't have the back. The back wasn't the same art as the others, I believe.
Right.
There was
Yeah.
some mistake.
I had all the Mill Creek. I thought I had the complete collection. I didn't know they had more. Damn
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I thought I had them all. So,
Go ahead and
move
apply
on
for
from
the
that.
credit card.
No.
If Alan starts getting real quiet, you know what's happening right now. He's on
And y'all see me looking down at my phone?
He's checking to see if somebody's got that collection, they'd be willing to part with it.
But yeah, definitely check out the video. You'll see some of the earlier ones that they had.
Jay's cranberry juice. What are you on your period? Oh, so great. Taxi Driver is a type of movie you watch after a breakup or whatever. I swear. Huck says, "Hey, love that retro VHS slip, Tony. Yeah, that's nice."
Tony's going to grab the stack. Oh, maybe he's not. Maybe he's somebody at the door. I don't know.
Huck says, "Those Walmart slips are great. I wish I had some of those. Meatballs is a great slip from Walmart."
Meatballs, yeah.
Tony, I gotta say too, man. Like before we move on, for you watching that movie for the first time just a couple days ago, and it automatically went to your number 3 spot on the 5. That says a lot about that movie.
Yeah, big time.
It's a strong movie.
And I don't really know why I haven't watched it up until now, but there's a lot of films that I haven't seen. But for whatever reason, I had never seen Taxi Driver.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, it's amazing.
That's awesome, man. I'm sure you definitely enjoyed just watching Robert De Niro writing in his journal and just watching Descending into Madness, the whole thing.
And I love the I like the old style of the film from back in those days. Like I said, it was good to see Sybil Shepherd in her early years, and anyway, it was just amazing.
And Albert Brooks gets a haircut. Albert Brooks got the worst head of hair.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and show my number 3, guys. These top 3 were tough. I mean, these really could be any other spot, but I got The Departed at number 3. That almost hurts my heart, but it should be higher. But I'm going to put it at number 3. And, I mean, nothing else to be said about it, guys. Being already said, just a fantastic movie, start to finish.
I even like Mark Wahlberg in it. I even like his stuff where he's constantly just this is not. Don't judge Sergeant Dignam by this interview alone. Normally, he's a really great guy, and everybody knows he's just an asshole 24/7.
The worst thing about this is it comes in a damn eco case.
Ooh, oh, buddy, God, man,
I know. But like I said, 4K's got to happen.
You got to swap that out immediately. God,
So,
you can't just put that back.
Yeah, I'm a little ashamed. That's why that was in my closet of shame in there. All my ugly releases. All right, let's see here. I love the brutality of the Goodfellas shine box scenes. Get your fucking shine box. Great scene. There's so many good scenes. So many good scenes. What are we talking about? Dr. Tingler.
That is an awesome name. Awesome username right there, through and through. I'll never forget that.
Jay says, "You're no effing cop."
Yep.
Challenger 5150 says Pesci loses it, stomps the shit out of the other guy, and says, "Sorry about getting blood in your bar." Love that part.
On your floor.
Yep.
And man, and like I said, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen it, but whenever they you think he's getting made, and he goes, just that scene, the look on his face, and then Robert De Niro's reaction. I mean, you just feel it, man. You just feel Robert De Niro's disappointment. It's just so great, man. Such good acting, good directing, just damn, just good.
He gave he gave that phone booth hell too as soon as that as he got the word.
Yeah. All right, we got one more pop up here. Love the Departed, probably my number 2. Folks, pop culture.
It's like we've said it 1,000 times. You can't argue with any of these. If somebody was like, "That's my number 1," or "That's my number,"
Yeah, I mean, we
I
really
get
should have
it.
made this 5 movies we love, because these movies are interchangeable for me. Any of these could have made a number 1 on a certain day.
Yep.
Really hard. So Brad, what you got for number 2, buddy?
We talked about it already, but it's Casino. I got the 4K, the basic without the slip. This is my most rewatch. If I put a number counter on all these movies every time I ever played, this is the one I watch the most. The story's great, and a little. I mean, we've talked it to death, but we haven't mentioned one character in the Casino movie. It's Don Rickles' character, Billy Sherbert.
Oh yeah.
He does nothing comedic at all, but he's still hilarious. That guy is so funny that even just standing around, the way he looks and whatnot, but the stuff behind the scenes, there's a very famous scene, the clip is on YouTube and it's also in here, of Robert De Niro and Don Rickles they have lines together, and Robert De Niro forgets his lines, and Don Rickles loses it.
Yeah, he does.
You're getting paid a lot of money, Bobby. Learn your lines. We can't be here all day, and Robert De Niro is just dying. Everyone on the set is dying laughing. It's timeless. I can't say enough about it. It's the best Vegas movie. I mean, everybody's seen it. If you haven't, run out and see it.
Yeah, I need that. I can't believe I own that movie. I mean, I just kind of ashamed, guys.
Well, the slip's out of print, so I mean, you know how it goes. If you get it without a slip, you're not going to be able to watch it anyway.
Brad,
when you get on eBay looking for slips, money is new.
Brad, I'm definitely willing to bet before this stream ends, it's going to be in his cart somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go ahead and let you know right now. I'm buying it tonight. Yeah, it's got to be at least a placeholder. And they come out with Now, did somebody say earlier there was a steelbook of that? Was a 4K steelbook released at Casino?
Look,
Oh God, he's going to cost me all kind of money. I can literally see my credit score going down every time he gets out of that chair.
Oh man, that's sharp too.
That's what I'm getting right there. That's got
what's the back?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm getting right there.
Oh, you got the J card still on?
That's okay. I got an unboxing of this on my channel if you ever want to check it out. But look at
I'll
this
check that
back.
out.
Oh man, that's rad.
Oh God, that's gonna cost me $100 tonight.
It's matte finish too. It's not glossy.
That's super cool.
Now, was that the U.S. release or is that like a zombie steelbook?
No, it's U.S. Best Buy exclusive.
Okay.
Is there inside artwork?
Yep.
Yep. That's it, guys. That's what I'm getting.
See, if anybody
Brett,
that's not familiar with Tony, if anybody's not familiar with Tony, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see on his channel. These unboxings.
Yeah, Tony has got nothing but class in that room. That's all there is.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, so.
Hey,
And that's nice, man.
If you find
Yeah, let me make that full screen.
You know.
Hold on, sorry, Tony. I'm an amateur, guys. Y'all give me some slack here.
God, that is killer.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that.
That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Pop, if you find 2 of those, let me know.
I'll do it.
Yep, beautiful still book.
I appreciate you sharing that, man. That's nice.
Sure.
By the way, the Dr. Tingler, I think is my buddy Ryan, my doctor friend that made my shelf.
Oh, yeah.
He came in. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, that was him. All right. Where are we at, guys? Huck says, I think yeah, Love the Departed, probably my number 2. Of course, that's why I knew it was him. Wow Pop, 720 subs. I appreciate it, man. And guys, that reminds me, make sure y'all subscribe to everybody in this list. Everybody on this panel. I mean, all great channels. Even Brad. Now, Brad's got some good stuff, but I'm telling you, watch Brad on a live stream. He'll crack you up, man. He's the natural of this shit. I know he's just getting started, but Brad's a good dude. He knows what he's talking about. He has a weird taste in movies.
If you watch one video, watch the packaging video. That's a public service announcement to anybody that sells physical media. Please.
Let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been so all these live streams that y'all been doing, I've been saving them, on my YouTube. So whenever I drive back and forth to work now, that's what I'm doing. I'm listening like a podcast to all these streams. It makes the time go by really fast. So that's
Johnny. The one y'all did last night, based on what Tony just said, the one y'all did last night, you and Brian and Brad, going to work this morning, going to lunch today, and riding home. I finished that entire thing in the car. So it's a great podcast. I'm telling you, it's a great podcast, guys. You guys are naturals. I'm just honored to be on there with you guys. So, anyway.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody likes it. But, Tony, I hope we didn't cost you too much money bringing Anthony on. I feel like now that I've brought you 2 together,
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge problem. You're going to get getting UK packages every week.
Man, there's some nice releases over there.
Oh, yeah, some cool stuff.
And speaking of Anthony too, everybody go check out Master of the 80s. That is Anthony's such a good person, man. Like I stumbled across him at the same time we started our channel, and he literally, I'd say something like, "Oh man, I wish I had that." It was sitting in my mailbox like not even a week later. So that's a great friendship that came out of YouTube right there.
One thing I noticed about Anthony, and this is not really that important, but he's got the greatest laugh on YouTube. His laugh, he's got the best laugh of anybody I've ever seen on YouTube. So that's just something I noticed the other night. So he's an infectious guy, man. He's a cool dude.
He's got a big monster stream coming up for anybody. Subscribe to him just for that. It's going to be a bunch of guys talking Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's in April, mid-April, coming up. You're not going to want to miss that. That's going to be there's going to be a lot of yeses already for that. It's going to be a big stream. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Jay said, "Yep, that's the one I have. Very cool." Talking about the Steelbook.
Nice.
My number 2 has got to be Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Now Robert De Niro is just bad shit crazy, and Cape Fear is crazy.
Yeah, Jessica Lange. I mean, I love Cape Fear. It didn't make my top 5, but I do enjoy that movie.
Damn, Tony, that Casino Steelbook is sweet. Is Dirk Hall. Dr. Tingler says, "Nope, we hang out at the same place."
Okay. Him and the doctor. It's not the doctor.
I'll just say SharePoint. Oh, okay. That's somebody I work with. That might be my boss. So, how you doing, buddy? So that might be my boss right there. So everybody act accordingly. Nah. Says Arnold. Completely agree, Tony. That's why I love these long form discussions over the quick videos. Yeah, guys, I tell you, there's nothing better. For a ride, I mean, I have a pretty short commute going to work, but I'm just going to lunch, man. If there's nothing to watch, I ain't got a show I'm watching, I'll throw on that podcast, whatever, man. It's great stuff. So
I got an hour drive to work and an hour drive back. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna start doing, just using those live streams.
Right.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Made my
all right, now where are we at though? We're at number
2.
Who went last? Number 2.
Who did go last?
I think it was you,
I
Brad.
think
I picked Casino.
Yeah, that was your number 2.
So it's Johnny's number 2.
Yeah, Johnny, you're number 2, man.
Yep, that's it. Of course, we already discussed it. That's good, fellas. I mean, 100%. That I would almost be. It'd be safe to say, as many good films as he's always done. You mentioned the name Martin Scorsese, probably in the next 20, 30 years. The first time most people are going to think of is Goodfellas. I mean, that's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. That almost made my number one, but not quite. But Goodfellas. What else can we say about it? The not only the pistol whip scene that we get to see in there too. I mean, that was just brutal as can be. Like he was telling us earlier, Pop, about the whole dinner conversation scene with Joe Pesci's mom. I had no idea that was Martin Scorsese's mother in that movie.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So it's like,
Man,
little tidbits
get on
like
get on IMDb and look at the trivia. And there's pages of it. And I don't mean to cut you off. It's not my boss. This here is a guy named Eric at work. So I'm not fired. He's a cool dude. So I should have known because let's just say that his name gives away who he is. So sorry about that, Eric.
But yeah,
So I'm sure I'll get some crap about that later. All right, go ahead, Johnny. I didn't mean to cut you off, man. I just wanted to throw that up there.
I'd be just interested just to see not what it did at the box office, but ever since that thing was put out, whether Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, the whole 9 yards. I'd love just to see, like a ballpark number of what that movie has made just off of physical media in some form or another.
Physical media made its money. It made its money in physical media, not in the theater.
Right.
Which there's a lot of movies that happens a lot of times. Shawshank Redemption didn't do well in the theaters, but secondhand, on physical, that's you get back to that.
Yeah, the word of mouth, whatever. I mean, helped that movie out a lot, and Goodfellas. I mean, when you got 10 people going to see a movie and saying how great it is, I mean, that alone is going to make it a cult classic eventually. But it'd be interesting to see. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think his most successful movie is money wise? Wolf of Wall Street, I would guess. Yeah, that would be my guess. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That didn't make anybody's top 5 yet, at least. Yep. That's Tony's number 1.
So I got my number 2. I can go ahead and show y'all, since we've already discussed it plenty. Do you want me to go ahead and show you my number 2?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so of course it's Goodfellas.
Okay.
Now the thing about Goodfellas is I did not see this movie up until the pandemic when I was at home for those 3 months. That's the first time I watched this movie. Like I said, I had just watched Taxi Driver this past week. There's a lot of films I had never seen just because of the long run time. But yeah, as everybody else has said, this is just a great film. I do have the slip cover on this one. But so Goodfellas, my number 2.
We could probably do a whole stream just about Goodfellas.
I mean, that's what I mean. That's why when I pulled my Goodfellas, I was just like, here it is, this and that. Let's put it down because I know we're just going to keep going back to Goodfellas because it's so good. Like I said, favorite and best. It could easily be your favorite. It could easily be your best. But I mean, in my opinion, I think it's his best movie.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Goodfellas.
No.
Right.
And like I said, the runtime, it's a longer movie. You need every second, every scene, every bit of dialogue. It's killer.
That says a lot right there coming from Brad.
All right, where we leave off here, guys? I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick before I do my number 2. All right. Yeah, that's the one I have. Dirk says my number 2 is Cape Fear. How about some Wes Anderson? Damn, Tony, that Casino Steelbook is sweet. Oh, I'm getting there, guys. Hold on. All right, Jared Runner. I only seen like 3 Martin Scorsese movies. All right, well, let us know what 3 you've seen.
Yeah.
Interesting to know. Jan, tell Rob, James I said hi.
Nope, not familiar.
Nope.
No.
Any of you guys? Jan, you can let us know what you're talking about there. I'm sorry if I maybe overlooking something. Dr. Tingler, Arnold.
For
the Arnold stream that's coming up.
Yeah. Anthony's Horror and More. Completely agree, Tony. That's why I love these long form. Okay, guys, we're gonna get there in a minute. All right. No, silly, it's Eric. No balls here. Oh, okay. Pop's channel has been compromised. Goodfellas is an immoral movie, basically.
Immortal, timeless.
Yeah, guys, I've had a couple of these, and it's been a long day, and I'm nervous as hell. So y'all,
no pain pill this time.
No pain pill. No pain pill.
Brian was telling me that Coco was watching the stream right after you popped the pill and you drank a big swig of beer and you said, "Let's get it on." Coco lost it, according to Brian.
Dude, that was a rough night. I was major pain that night. I don't know how the hell I sat on that stream as long as I did. But go back and watch that stream. The whole stream, I'm doing this. I mean, I was on hardcore pain pills, and I had at least 10 of these on my desk the next morning, and didn't touch it. So
Look,
thank
Pop,
God that's over with.
Look, Pop, we all felt for you, but man, you was cracking up the whole time. Man. It was gold, man.
Yeah, that was a fun stream.
Pops had an extra gear that night.
I think it said,
Yeah,
you have like a 3 or 4 day hangover after you done that night.
Yeah, it took me a few days to get over that one. All right, we're gonna go on to my number 2, guys. And at number 2, I got Goodfellas, and everything y'all said times 2. You know, love this movie. You love this steelbook. No, it's not the best transfer, but you know, it's a great looking steelbook. I'm gonna take it out and show y'all the inside artwork. I mean, look at that shot right there.
Yep.
You know, just love this movie.
Paul Sorvino does so little in that movie, but you buy it. You buy him as the boss. It's just the way he looks, just the a little bit of things he does. It rolls an eye, and people know, oh, he screwed up.
Watch the scene where he slaps Ray Liotta when he's talking to him. Yeah. Ray Liotta didn't know he's going to slap him. You look at his face, you know.
Yeah, it shows.
That's why I love Scorsese so much. He does stuff like that, and he gets that authentic feel. You know, it's just awesome.
I don't know if there's one scene where Paul Sorvino is not eating in the movie. He's constantly got like a sausage sandwich in his hand or something.
And I kind of want to go to jail, man. They had it made in the jail cell.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
You want the red or you want the white? Bring them both.
Right.
One of my favorite scenes in that too is when they're actually in the jail and he's sitting there with a razor blade and he's cutting slivers of garlic.
Oh,
yes.
It's just like, wow, man.
It evaporates in the pan.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna catch up real fast, guys. I think we're pretty much caught up. All right.
Yeah, Jared Runner tells us what all the 3 movies he's.
Okay. Shutter Island, Hugo, and Taxi Driver. Yeah. I have not seen Hugo. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
But I hear it's not a bad movie. Have you guys ever seen Hugo? Any of y'all?
No, I missed it.
Okay.
There you go.
That's a cool looking steelbook. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can shake it up because I got other copies of it, but still.
I hate that. You get a loose disc.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there shaking and I can feel myself tensing up. It's like, stop shaking it.
Better man than me, Tony. That thing would have gone back with a stern.
That thing sold out. It was the UK release. It sold out, and this is my only way of getting it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, Brad, we on you?
Yep.
What you got?
Well, it's my number 1. It's number 1 with the bullet. It's definitely my favorite. I wouldn't say it's his best movie, but I never get tired of it. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. It's the most like a horror movie of his catalog. Cape Fear. Now you see this thing's still sealed. I say I watch it all the time. I wore out my DVD. I just got this in the mail.
I got one ordered.
I'd love to get a 4K of this.
Yeah.
Shot in Savannah, Georgia. Supposed to be in Cape Fear, North Carolina. I've owned property there before. Beautiful place. I love this movie. The cast is dynamite. Everybody acts their ass off, and you believe 100% that Robert De Niro is totally unhinged, and he's thought about one thing for 14 years, and that's destroying Nick Nolte's life for what he did to him. And I'm going to read off some of the cast. I'm going to read off 6 names, just the first 6 names on the call sheet. Robert De Niro, you ever heard of him? Nick Nolte, Jessica Lange, dynamite in this.
Yeah.
Acts her butt off. She's so good in this. And now it's not letting me scroll. Robert Mitchum from the original Cape Fear is also in this, and he's awesome in it. Gregory Peck, as they both play lawyer. Well, I believe one plays a police officer, one plays a lawyer, but you get my point. Gregory Peck, legendary actor. And I tell you, steals the show for me, and that's Joe Don Baker. Are you anybody familiar with Joe Don Baker? This is Joe Don Baker. Is it gonna zoom? He's a character actor. He plays the private detective, the sleazy private detective
Yeah.
in Cape
Yeah.
Fear. He is great in this, and he's constantly telling Nick Nolte's character that the best way to deal with this guy is to hire two men with a piece of lead pipe, and a bicycle chain to just deal with this problem. And then, of course, they try to do that, and it doesn't go so well. Let's just say that. I don't want to spoil this for. Well, this is kind of a lesser-known movie. If anybody has not seen Cape Fear, run out and watch it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's probably in my top 10. It is a tremendous movie.
Yep, I actually saw that one in the theater when it came out.
Yeah. And it's a remake, and the original is very good, too.
Yeah, the original's really good.
Yeah.
I've never seen the original, but I like to check it out.
Robert Mitchum plays Robert De Niro's character in the original.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen the original either.
Oh.
Yeah. Both really good.
All right, where we at here, guys? We'll move on. It says, Dirk Hall, hell yeah, Pops, that steelbook is awesome. I need one scene that my number one Scorsese. Huck says, I snagged Hugo for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Haven't seen it yet. Jay says, very cool. Cape Fear is very underrated. Check out the original with Robert Mitchum and Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck plays the Nick Nolte character.
Okay.
I didn't add this enough. Nick Nolte is one of my all-time favorite actors. Again, crazy good in this.
He does a great job of being scared, of being freaked out the way we would act. You know,
yeah,
he did a great job with that.
If it was your daughter and your wife, you would be just as scared, and you believe him 100% in this. It's just there's who do you point out here? And they're all killing it.
It is very underrated.
Yeah,
but I can see that getting a 4K one day. I can see that.
I'd love to get a 4K of that.
Jay says, Joe Don Baker was in some of the Bond films. Great actor.
Oh, yeah. Great character actor. And he is so sleazy and so good in this as the private detective. It's very underrated.
Challenger said that he was great in Walking Tall.
Oh, yeah.
Barnabas Collins, Cape Fear is a classic and one of the rare times the old and the remake are great.
Yeah, both. Really good. Yeah.
Dirk Hall says, hell yeah, Brad, great choice. Counselor, could that be you come out? A counselor, could that be you? Come out wherever you are. Yeah.
Could that be you?
Yeah, his accent was just great, man. His accent was great, man.
You know, him to play that character from, rural nowhere and have the accent and everything. Again, you believe him. The tattoos, they got him in the jail, and they're looking at him through the one-way glass, and he's like, I don't know whether to look at him or read him. He's got all these biblical, revelation type tattoos. Scary guy, playing a scary guy, and it's believable. He does a really good job, and the lengths that he goes to get what he wants, to destroy this man. It just he puts the work in, as I say.
Mm-hmm. Can y'all think of a better marriage between a director and an actor than maybe Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio and Scorsese? I mean, think about all the great movies we talked about tonight that involve those three people.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
That could be another interesting stream, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Mr. Johnny Walker, what you got first for your number one, buddy?
Absolutely, for number one, you can take the other four films that's in that pile right there, and I could any day of the week I could change those up. They're interchangeable, but number one, hands down by a landslide, and it takes the cake. Taxi Driver for me. There's something about that film. I think I was making my wife watch this for the first time the other night, and I was seeing the scene of it come up again, but where he's driving the cab and the elector is sitting in the back seat, and he's trying to tell him, what you should definitely do if you get elected is you should definitely, clean up this place. Just flush it right down the toilet. Mm-hmm. When I saw that scene, I was just like, wow, I can actually relate to him like a lot during that scene. Just, not to be too political, but
right.
I think we can kind of relate to him at a certain point. But like I told Tony, to watch him day by day writing that journal and just descend into madness day by day, it's great storytelling, man. It's like you can't look away from it, even though it's going to end horribly.
Yeah, De Niro was made for that role. That was his role. I mean, it was just great.
The scene that you were talking about earlier too, like of course I'm sure it is everybody's, but when he's sitting on the couch, he's got the mohawk and he's just drenched, and he's got the gun, and he's just holding it up to his head. It's like, wow, man, like It's a great moment, man. I'm sure Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese just was probably looking at the lens on that camera when they were shooting that scene, being like, "This is my moment."
Yeah. Yep. No doubt about it. And that movie came out in 1976, man. That's strong for 76. That was a strong release. A lot of violence.
When Tony said that he just watched that for the first time just a couple days ago, and it automatically like hopped to his number 3 in top 5.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's what other? I mean, that's impact as it gets right there.
Definitely.
All right, we got a couple more chats here. Hell yeah, I've already seen that one. Another great team up: Burton and Depp, Carpenter and Russell, Tarantino and DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Tarantino and DiCaprio is a good one.
That's 3 whole streams right there.
And we have got Mr. Johnny Walker's beautiful wife there, Zoe. Love Taxi Driver, such a good movie. Seeing how he's given up on humanity slowly, yeah. Kind of what I was saying earlier, is watching him kind of like seeking the madness, whatever. It was just fantastic to watch.
Unraveling mind, the slow descent.
All right, we got some spam here, guys. Let me block this out here real fast. I'm not going to have that in here. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, good God.
Who in the?
Y'all hang on one second, guys. And guys, if I start missing anybody's chat, this is what happened the other night. I started getting a lot of this. So y'all please hit one of us up, whatever. And it says right there, Eric occurred, try refreshing the page. Same thing I got the other night. So guys, if I miss anybody's chat from this point forward, just know that I'm not doing it on purpose. Yeah, I've never seen a lot of this before. That's crazy.
I haven't either.
Definitely going to do a double check just to make sure we're not skipping over anybody's comment. Because when this
Yeah, you guys check out y'all's channel and see it. Make sure we're not missing nobody, because this is what happened the other night when it started messing up. And it ain't letting me block these guys here.
It won't let you block them.
Mm-mm.
Jesus Christ, fellas. Really?
I apologize, everybody. We're gonna try to move on, guys. Like I said, try to give us a test chat. Let us know you guys are still able to do it.
Around the whole.
All right, Tony,
Okay.
you want to go ahead and give us your number one, buddy?
Yeah,
Sorry about
my
that.
number 1 is The Departed.
All right, Tony. Hell of a pick.
Yeah. This right here was the winner of 4 Academy Awards, and which, of course, was Best Picture. And, of course, I like these other ones that we've discussed, but for me, The Departed was probably my favorite, number 1. So I know we've all spoken about this already, but that's my number 1.
Who's your favorite character in The Departed, Tony?
Actually, that's a hard decision, but probably Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Of course, anyways, it was good. And I also wanted to just take time to show you this 3-pack. It's got The Departed, Goodfellas, and Aviator, which nobody's mentioned Aviator.
I have not seen The Aviator yet. That's one I've not seen.
It's a good epic type story.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a nice little 3-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, it wouldn't let me block, but it let me put them in, what do they call it? Like a timeout, I think they call it.
Oh, yeah,
or
for
you
5
can
minutes.
yeah, so it would let me block them or put them in a timeout for 5 minutes, but I couldn't block them. So anyway, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there, Tony, with that crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great pick, man. I mean, like I said, that what else can we say? We already said about it, man. It's just it should be it probably could make anybody's number 1 on any given day. I would think.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's just a solid movie. I mean, what a cast, man. What a dream cast. All right, guys. I went back and forth on Goodfellas and this one here, but this had to be my number 1. Wolf of Wall Street. I absolutely love this movie. This is a long ass movie, but it just flies right by. I mean, I loved Leonardo DiCaprio in this, from the opening scene when he walks out of his house and he's talking about his rundown of what he does for drugs and the order he does it. Absolutely fantastic. And the scene where he takes the lemons, the out-of-date lemons, and when they hit him, that scene is absolute gold. And something about that scene that I found out today is that the scene, he pretty much did all that himself. And the scene down by the car, when he's using the foot to raise up the car, the sports car, he actually threw his back out doing that. And he couldn't film for a couple days. Just one little thing. Now, we had talked earlier, and I feel like a dummy again, we had talked earlier about what is Martin Scorsese's most profitable movie. And it's actually this one. It says grossing $392 million. This is Martin Scorsese's highest grossing movie. So $392 million. This is it. And also, as far as the F-bombs we talked about earlier with Goodfellas, the F word was said 569 times.
Oh, wow.
Scorsese took back the record he held with Goodfellas that was taken away from Goodfellas by Menace to Society in 1993. So he had Goodfellas. Menace to Society took it over. He took it back with this movie with 569 times.
Wow.
So, and everybody's, the chess scene with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey would do that to get ready for a scene. And when him and Leonardo DiCaprio are sitting there with that scene, you see Leonardo kind of look over like this. Well, he's looking at Scorsese going, what the hell, is this okay? But he's looking over, he's actually looking at Scorsese going like, what's this guy doing?
What's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's so many parts of that
fantastic.
movie that you could pick out. You mentioned the part where he took the lemons, and then he makes it home, and he's like, I got home, the car without a scratch on the car, and then it shows the car and it's just completely smashed.
Yeah. So I went back and forth. I love Goodfellas. I adore that movie, guys. But me and two of my sons, we used to go to these Thursday night premieres, and we'd get like the 11 o'clock Thursday night early premiere of a movie. And on a work night and a school night, I took two of my boys to go see this. They were older; they were 18 and 16. I took them to go see this on a Thursday night movie. This is a 3-hour movie, guys, and so we didn't get home till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. But man, what a good memory! What a great time in the theaters. It was packed. The theater was absolutely packed the first night we seen it. We sat like on the first row, which I hate, but such a good time, man. Such a good memory. And I've seen this movie a dozen times since then.
Yeah. I
Love
love the
great 4K,
banter.
by the way.
I love the banter between everybody. Even the movie, it opens up and they're talking. They're having a business meeting, and they're it's very, very serious. And they're like, now, what all can we do here? What do we want to have here? And they're talking about throwing little people as darts on a board and stuff. I want to have standing by just in case something happens.
It's that, but it's the way they do it. They're all jacked up on drugs, and they're sitting around the table, and they're so serious about it, and that's what makes it so funny. But one of my favorite characters in the whole show is Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner and Jonah Hill, when he's like, "What are these charges?" and they're trying to be serious, and they're just messing with Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner is fantastic in this movie. When they're sitting there watching the show, him and his wife are watching the TV show, and he just shows his ass when somebody calls, and he answers with an English accent. My dad was the same way. That's what I love that scene. My dad was the same way. If somebody called when he was watching Sanford and Son or the Jeffersons back in the day, God bless it, he answers the phone, hello. So that scene is very relatable. But, just the whole cast, man.
Having these little people as entertainers and whatnot, and then they have a very serious break, and they go, now listen, we got to remember one thing. These people talk. Okay, we don't want to get a reputation now. You
can't look them directly in their eye. Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, you can't look them in the eyes. They don't like that.
It's probably not a very politically correct movie, but it is a very fun movie. And every time I watch it, I'm 30 minutes in, and I realize that I ain't took my eyes off the screen. It's just a great movie. It's shot well. Yeah. The cast is great. Funny as hell.
Jonah Hill. Didn't he not get paid for that movie? He took
the very minimum salary just to be in a Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
So he took the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That was another movie. Get on IMDb. There's a ton of trivia about that movie. Ton of stuff.
Crazy. That was actually going to be my number. That was my number 6 pick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard one to argue with. That's really good, really well done. Again, another rise and fall story.
Yeah.
Yeah. You no surprise. My favorite character, Brad from the movie, the drug dealer. Your sister say anything about me?
and Margot Robbie, she's a smoke show in that movie. She's something to look at. And she said that they cut out a lot of the scene of her and him in the baby room, that one scene everybody talks about. Yeah. They basically cut out a lot of that scene, and she said that they would not have done that. That would have been the most uncomfortable scene she's ever shot in her career. So, that's another movie I could do a whole stream about, just talking about.
That comment section is popping.
Yeah, I'm fixing to catch up on it now. All right, where we at? All right, there was Zoe. I think we're right here. Gotta get some love to Bringing Out the Dead. I got something about that in a minute. Last Temptation of Christ, Silence, King of Comedy, and Boxcar Bertha. The Bringing Out the Dead with Nicolas Cage. I actually watched that trailer last night. I was going to try to watch it today to see if it was going to make my top 5. It's one I'm definitely going to watch soon. I've never seen it, but it looks like it's right up my alley.
I believe
you guys have ever seen that?
I have.
Yeah, John Goodman, Marcellus Wallace. I can't remember his name. I just know it was Marcellus Wallace. Every time I see him.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames, thank you. And Michael Madsen, is that the other guy that's in it? Man, it looks like a fantastic movie. It looks like a great Nicolas Cage movie.
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen trailers. They're ambulance drivers or something.
Yeah.
We'll check that out.
Now, The Last Temptation of Christ, Silence, and King of Comedy. I know King of Comedy is a classic. I haven't seen any of those. And I know my Joker movie. I love the new Joker movie, and I know that's based real strongly on King of Comedy, so I probably need to check that out. Boxcar Bertha, I'm not familiar with that one at all, but I'll definitely look it up.
Yeah, I ordered King of Comedy. I want to get that one in the collection. I've got Silence in the collection. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It's another long one. But it's got Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield.
I love him.
And Liam Neeson. So yeah, it's supposed to be a really good one.
And I don't own that on physical, but I got the Voodoo copy of that, so I could definitely easily check it out.
Before we get out of here, before you catch up with the chat, we were talking earlier about what's everybody's opinion on the worst Martin Scorsese movie. If you could leave it down in the chat before we leave, we'll talk real quick about our 4, what we think our worst is. And he said, and Johnny said it earlier, even the worst Marty movie is still better than most other people's movies.
That's a good point. Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out everybody's the other end of the spectrum. All right, Jace, if you click on the 3 dots, just let you block and report. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. All right. Not your fault, Pops. Always some asshats out there shitting on somebody's good time. Yeah, that's for sure. Dr. Ordinary. There's my doctor friend that made my shelves. He always pops in there. I think he's traveling right now. What's up, guys? Jumping in late, but throwing in a vote for Gangs of New York is my number 1. Ties with Aviator. Yeah, I got a story about Gangs of New York I'll share with you guys later. I probably don't need to share it on the stream. Let's just say that I had a very private man surgery when I didn't want to have any more children. And I was high on dope medication, very strong dope medication. And I'm on the couch watching this movie, passing out about every 10 minutes. And I remember very little about it, and I've never rewatched it again. So I need to rewatch that movie. My son absolutely loves it. He gets in my ass all the time for not watching it. That's good. I need to watch it. I love Daniel Day-Lewis.
I got a really nice release for that one.
Oh, wow.
This
lenticular?
Yeah, it's a Nova Media release with lenticular.
Pops, you better cover your ears and your eyes, because them Nova Medias.
Yeah. It's actually a steel book on the inside.
They're nice and expensive.
Yeah.
Boy. But man, they bring it with the Nova Media ones.
That's
Hang on a minute, let me write that down. Tony just got a haul in recently from Nova Media, and definitely check that out. He got a really sweet edition of Cube from Nova Media. That's on my list to grab. It's just they do premium releases.
So this right here is actually an image of Pop's wife comforting him after his surgery.
That's comforting him when the credit card bill comes in.
The funniest thing about that is my son comes in from school, and I'm on the couch with a bag of frozen peas. And he's like, please tell me those aren't for dinner tonight. Maybe I'm sharing too much, guys. This is, we're all friends here. What the hell? All right. I haven't fully seen all of Aviator, but the scenes I have, I definitely want to check out. I hear it's getting a 4K.
Oh, good.
Okay, yeah, I got to check out the Aviator. Oh, wow, we got a lot of stuff to catch up on, guys. All right, Jay says, Gangs of New York just misses my list. Daniel Day-Lewis is crazy good in it.
Yeah, he was.
You could take it off the back in anything. He's tremendous in every movie he's in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jason's got number 1, Taxi Driver. Number 2, The Departed. Number 3, Shutter Island. Number 4, Cape Fear. Number 5, Casino. That's my top 5. Very strong, respectable top 5.
Yeah, you can't get no argument whatsoever.
Nope.
Challenger said that movie invented a whole new sport. Love it.
What movie is that?
I'm guessing he's talking about
This?
Yeah, I think it's about Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, he's probably talking about the little person launching or whatever.
All right. Anthony's Horror and More. The Departed has such an awesome soundtrack. Vera I'm going to say it wrong, guys. Farmiga, help me out. Is great in that movie, too.
Killer. Yeah, she's really good in it.
Dirk Hall said, "Whoa, Pops, that's surprising. Great movie. It's hilarious."
You're number one.
Yeah. Joe Joker says, "The lewd scene in Wolf of Wall Street, Leo deserved to take every single Academy Award that year for that scene. Don't matter what the award is, give it to him. Laugh out loud." Yeah. It was, what did he say? I can't remember the exact line where when he finally hits the floor, he said, I went straight to
the epileptic phase.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And he's like, I skipped all the other phases and went right to the epileptic phase.
It's so great, dude. All right, Joe Joker says, "Who the hell has the goddamn gall to call this house on a Tuesday night?" Yes. Hello, with his English accent, it's so funny.
$40,000 for sides.
The other side of the coin. Just tuned in. This is awesome. Love, fellow collectors. How you doing, man? Thank you for, or it might be a female, so whichever you, male or female, thank you for being here. It's hard to tell by the name. All right, Hugs Pop Culture Cafe. I just saw that for the first time this year. Loved it. Can't believe I had not seen it. I cannot believe I had not seen it, but it happens. The cast was great. Margot is terrific. It's shot to the top of mine for number one. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
Everybody that I've watched it with all fell in love with it when it was their first time watch. It's fun to introduce that movie to somebody. All right. Nobody does that funny back and forth banter like Scorsese. It's like how guys talk in real life. Yes. Another reason why I like Tarantino. Yeah. Not necessarily all the guys talk like that, but the back and forth is always great. Our new Dune was super confusing. Vinegar Syndrome weekend pre Black Friday sale. Yeah, we all checked that out last night, and some of us did some damage, and some of us are probably going to do some damage soon.
Yep.
Now you guys didn't buy anything from that last night, did you? Tony, did you do anything last night with that?
I still got to shop it.
Yeah. Bringing Out the Dead is decent. Love King of Comedy. That would be number 6. Okay, I need to check out King of Comedy. I think I would like that. That's got Jerry Lewis in it, right?
Yeah.
Also. Mid-Level Media. What's going on, Ken? What's up, Pops and everyone? Appreciate you being here. All right. I got the Prestige Mano Lab this morning pre-order. Sold out in 4 minutes.
Wow.
Hold on. I spelled Mano Lab wrong. So Nova Media, Mano Lab. Are those foreign releases or are they are those? Never mind. I don't need to know.
They're Japanese, I think, right?
I don't get those.
Yeah, I don't need to know. All right. Taxi Driver is definitely my favorite, followed by Goodfellas.
You need more stuff to collect, Alan. I mean, come on.
No.
That's what I tell you. Those Nova Medias, they're right up your alley.
Where's that timeout button? I need to put Brad on timeout for 5 minutes.
Yeah, close it. Don't watch his. Tony just got a big haul from him. I mean,
I only order once a year when they have their big sale. That's the only time I order because the shipping is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
I will hit you up on Instagram and find out when that sale is. That might be a time to jump in.
Yeah, it comes at a bad time, November, December.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But it's the only way you can get Cube on Blu-ray, from what I understand. And I'm a pretty big fan of Cube.
Yeah. Jay says, I would say the worst is probably Age of Innocence. It's not a bad film, just not as strong as the others I have seen. The other side of the coin says, Taxi Driver 4K was like the first time I ever saw it.
Wow.
Culture Trini says, Infernal Affair is a great Asian film movie which The Departed was based on. Check it out. Yeah, we were talking about it a little earlier, buddy, and we're all interested to check that out. And somebody said it was a trilogy.
I think so. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hall of Notes is laughing. Recall says, my worst Scorsese is The Last Temptation of Christ, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one.
It was.
Culture Trini says, birthday boy Jace, what's up? Yeah, everybody go out there and tell Jace happy birthday again. All right, Anthony's Horror and More. I'm glad The Wolf of Wall Street came out in 2013 because if it was a couple years later, there's no way that would have been released. You can't make comedies in Hollywood anymore, sadly. Yeah, that's very true. That was probably about the cutoff of when everything kind of started getting to the point where you couldn't do it
I
anymore.
like to always point this out. By the way, these are bad guys, and they go to jail.
Yeah.
It's if whenever that movie decides to get canceled.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Yep.
But it sucks.
He's
All right, the other side of the coin says going for a smoke.
I think he's referencing the Departed scene.
Yeah. Jay says, Trini, what's up, man? Having fun talking Scorsese. I see that. Glad you made it by, Trini. I found a place where I can actually talk movies, Trini. Ha ha. Cody, Montana. Worst Scorsese movie for me is The Color of Money. Ooh, kind of like The Color of Money because I just cannot stomach Tom Cruise. Only films I can stand him in are Collateral, Tropic Thunder, and maybe one more.
Dynamite and Collateral. He kills.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan either, but man, he is the tagline for the Collateral is Tom Cruise unplugged, and I would agree. He's a great character and plays a real dark role for maybe the first time ever, maybe the last time. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
I can see what he's saying about The Color of Money because Tom Cruise is kind of a whiny ass in that movie, and that's definitely a Paul Newman movie. But
it's a Paul Newman movie, and Tom Cruise just happens to be in it.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
All right. Jay said, what's your favorite Scorsese, Trini? AD. Raging Bull is one of my favorites. How you doing?
Yeah. Tremendous.
Ken over Mid-Level Media says, I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of Breaking Out the Dead. Okay. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. Ken's review of Wolf of Wall Street is what made me want to see it, so thanks, Mid-Level Media. The other side of the coin. Haha, there must be a lag. Dirk Hall says, yeah, comedy is over sad. Comedy is over, sadly, we live in. The world we live in. All right. Mid-Level Media says, I would love for Scorsese to get into the elevated horror genre before he retires. Yeah, that was a topic the other night in the last stream I was in, talking about elevated horror, the Side Hustle Cinema's 500 stream. He asked me the question of what my thoughts were on elevated horror, and I said I was not a fan of it, which I think it's a little pretentious, but that's to say that these movies nowadays are better than our Friday the 13th and our Howlings and whatever else. And we didn't have those movies, they wouldn't be able to make these, or probably wouldn't be able to make these movies. But so I like the old movies I ain't gonna get into all that again. Special effects, practical effects. You can't tell me that's elevated. What you got now with all the other crap. Come on.
I don't know. Are people considering X as elevated horror? Because me and Tony both saw it, and I'm not going to speak for Tony, but I don't feel it's an elevated horror. I think it's old school horror to me, practical effects, and that's
what started the conversation. I haven't seen it yet. That's what started the conversation, but I think it was more just the term elevated horror, wasn't specifically because of X. I think it was just kind of in the forefront because that movie had just come out, and I think it was on the fence whether it was going to be elevated horror or not.
Because of the A24 brand,
right. Yeah. But
I mean, Tony, what did you think? I'm not asking you to spoil the movie. Did you think it was a message movie or elevated horror?
Not at all. Just a fun horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it tomorrow.
It can be done, guys. I hope we get more without some big message.
Right. All right. Jay says, I love Collateral. That is almost like a modern day Taxi Driver in a way.
Yeah, it was great.
Dirk Hall says, not big on Cruise, but he's a great actor, no doubt. He's got a lot of movies I do enjoy. All right. Hook's laughing. Love Paul Newman. Hustler, Color of Money. Great movie for a night.
Anybody ever see The Hustler?
Great for a movie night, sorry. Do what?
The Hustler.
I have. Once.
Yeah,
it's been many years ago.
He's playing his older self. In The Hustler, he's the pool player. He plays against Jackie Gleason.
Right.
And in The Color of Money, he plays an older version of the same character he played in The Hustler.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie something. I can't
Fast
remember.
Eddie, I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
Super happy I just found your page 2 days ago. I made my own collection video. Hope you guys check it out and like it. I will definitely check it out, buddy. The other side of the coin. Mid-level says, Did I review Wolf Huck? I don't remember. Barnabas Collins, laugh out loud. I'm gonna give Brad a timeout. I about spit my coffee out. Good stuff. There's my buddy Tommy. What's up, man? Hey guys, happy Friday. Thank you for coming
Love
by.
your videos, Tommy. I hope you're still in the chat. I love your videos, man. Keep them coming. Those skits that you do are the spoof covers. They're hilarious.
Yeah, those are great. All right, Anthony's Horror and More. My least favorite Scorsese is Hugo. Still not a terrible movie, but I just couldn't get into the story. I have not seen that one yet. Yeah, Jay's probably Taxi Driver. Okay, his favorite Scorsese.
Not a bad, yeah. Can't argue that take.
A lot of people have that one tonight. Mid-level media sure did, and you talked me into Django Unchained as well. Look at all your influence, or as Ken calls it, the Django.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wasn't sure if that was a joke or I don't know, but I know I heard him say the Django. I was yelling at my TV. No, the D silent. All right, Casino all the way.
Great choice.
That's been a popular choice tonight.
I think it was my number 2.
Trini, great choice. The same. All right, gotta love the oldies. Never forget who broke the ground we walk on now. Absolutely,
Right. Yeah.
absolutely. And you gotta appreciate. You know, I mentioned Tom Savini. You gotta appreciate that scene from American Werewolf in London. That wolf changing scene. Just all the practical effects. Look at the thing.
Yep.
You can't tell me that a movie that was made in the last 5 years is elevated horror over the thing with those practical effects.
Practical effects, and they're making a comeback too. I mean, we all recently saw The Void. All practical effects. Looks great. They just need to do more of it.
I know I'm an old guy and I'm probably biased, but go ahead.
X the same way. A ton of practical effects. There may be one CG thing where you probably couldn't have done it without it, but all practical effects, great stuff.
Now, don't get me wrong. The movies now, Hereditary, Get Out, all these movies that they consider to be elevated horror. I'm a fan of all those movies, but I just don't like the term. I don't like the term of saying, okay, this is elevated, this is better. No, that's chicken shit.
Yeah.
All right, jumping off the soapbox. A lot of folks are saying A24 is horror.
Horror is the elevated.
Hereditary is for sure. Hereditary is a great movie. I love Hereditary. And I'm sure I'm going to love X for what I hear. I'm seeing X first show tomorrow. Yeah, I am as well. That's my plan. Fast Eddie Felson, thank you. I kept wanting to say Nelson. That just didn't sound right. Yes, thank you. Big respect for Tom Cruise just for Eyed Wide Shut. I just watched Vanilla Sky the other day for the first time. I got it on the, was it Paramount Presents put that out?
Yeah.
That's the first time I'd ever seen it. That's a great movie. Great Cameron Crowe movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just watched Ash vs. Evil Dead. It was awesome. Can't go wrong there. Foam latex and Kai Loop could go a long way. KY Loop could go a long way. What am I missing here, guys?
The practical effects. The practical effects. That's what they use in a lot of cases.
Okay. All right, y'all threw me for a loop on that one, guys. Right after that, the naked thing came out. The naked strippers came out right after that. Y'all, I'm struggling. These chats are rolling, guys, which I love, but I'm trying to keep up. All right, X was awesome. You might not want to see that with family members, pops. There's lots of titties and moaning, so just take the misses and have a great time.
Yeah,
that's good advice. That's good advice.
It's actually called X, not because of the porno part. It's called X because of the X factor a person might have. They mentioned it in the movie. But I mean, it's hard not to go, oh, it's, because of the porno, but it doesn't matter. What they're doing there doesn't matter. When the carnage breaks out, who cares what they were doing before?
Right.
Check it out.
Cody said, Jesus, what did I start? The perfect mix of practical and subtle CGI is great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what X is.
All right, guys. That's everybody in the chat, man. This has been a lot of fun. So, Brad, I think this might have been your idea to do this.
I'm not sure whose idea it is, but
whoever's it was, this was a great idea, guys. We are to come up with some more streams to do like this. I had a good time. Not only that, I learned a lot about these movies I didn't know, so that's always fun too.
Me, Johnny, and Alan did like a marathon stream on Tarantino. If you like this kind of thing, it's somewhere. I don't know. It's on somebody's channel. One of these guys' channel. It's on there. But I was going to say before we jump off, our worst Scorsese film and I'll start After Hours. I've seen it 2-3 times. I hated it more every time. I don't understand why he made that movie, and I don't get. It doesn't even feel like a Scorsese to me. But it's 1985, and it's kind of popular. But I'm not a fan of After Hours at all. I would say that's his worst movie in my opinion. But I have not seen all 70 titles or whatever that he's directed.
Yeah. Out of the ones that I've watched, New York Stories is one I watched this week, and it's there's 3 stories involved in this particular release, 3 separate stories that don't tie into each other. But Scorsese's film in this, he directed just one of them, was actually the best out of all 3, but the other 2 are just terrible to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do not recommend that one.
What about you, John? Anything comes to mind?
What
was the one you started and turned off recently?
Yeah, and I can't say that because I haven't seen it all the way through, so I'm not going to trash something I haven't, watched all the way through. But yeah, like the first 15 minutes of Age of Innocence, I just wouldn't. I don't know whether I was just not in the mood or just wanting to see it. But I would, if I had to say one that I've seen all the way through that I just don't really care for, it'd be Hugo. I had a lot of hope that he was going to make like a kids movie that kind of still had his name on it, that you could definitely tell it was still kind of Scorsese in some vein. But after I watched that movie, it was like, yeah, I'll probably never return to it again.
Guys, I'm cheating. I'm on IMDb going through his filmography here, and really, all the movies I've seen by him, I really like. A lot of the movies on here that I haven't seen, I can't really say this is my worst movie, but
How about least favorite that you've seen?
Least favorite that I've seen.
If you've seen 10 of them, what's number 10 on the list? Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, but it's just the one you like the least out of the 10.
I'm going to say this. It's the movie that I've seen the least out of all his movies. So that's okay. It's probably going to be Raging Bull. I hate to say that. I enjoyed Raging Bull, but it's not a movie that I go back to very often. You know what I mean? I watched it once, watched it twice. I don't have leaving this stream. I'm not dying to go see Raging Bull again. Any other movie we talked about, I'd go see right now and be happy with it. It's not that I don't like. I mean, I like Raging Bull. I appreciate the movie. I mean, I think it's a well shot movie, well acted movie. It's probably going to be my least favorite of the 10 or whatever.
Whatever the number.
So I guess I'll go with that. I hate saying that because it's a great movie.
Yeah,
but
it's like we said on the Tarantino stream. There's got to be a number 10.
Yeah,
there has to be a number 10. Through 1. So doesn't mean you hate it. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, but it's the bottom of the list.
Well, guys, y'all got anything else? Anything y'all want to do to promote your channel? I can put y'all on the big screen, or we can just do it here, however y'all want to do
it. Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead, Johnny. What you got, buddy? You got any shout-outs? Or...
Yeah. Definitely thanks for everybody that's watching, hitting the comment section. I was sitting there just looking at it on my end. I know it was blowing up on everybody else's end, too. So that's awesome, everybody. Jumped in and participated. That's exactly why we do these. Not to mention that we get to talk about some of our favorite movies from our favorite directors, hands down. So, guys, thank you so much for jumping in and participating. Make sure you subscribe to everybody's channel. Everybody's channel's on here. Great guys all the way around. Some of the best friends I have. And thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, Johnny. Brad, what you got, man?
Well, if you want to check out my channel, the one thing I can tell you that you're going to get from my channel, other than way too serious and honest opinions, at the end of every video that I do, I like to shout out 2 channels that I like, what I call the good guys in the physical media, the blue tube world, to check out. I watch a lot of this crap. I'm a huge movie fan and huge physical media freak. So if nothing else, you watch my channel, watch the videos, and at the end, there will be recommendations for other channels to go check out.
That's a great idea, man. I'm much appreciated, I'm sure. Because one thing I can say, guys, being a relatively new channel, it's hard to get your name out there. It's hard to be seen. It's hard to get people to see your videos. But we don't always do it for that. We do it for stuff like this. I made some great friends since I started YouTube.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world, but the community is absolutely fantastic. I can say that. But yeah, like I said, the shout outs would be much appreciated. Tony, what you got, bud?
Yeah, so I really had a good time with this live stream. I enjoy talking movies and everything with everybody. So this has been a great time. I do have some videos coming up. I will have a week off of work, which I'm really looking forward to. here in the next 2 weeks, and so hopefully I'll be able to do a collection video, 4K collection, maybe some other collection type videos. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to that.
That's awesome, man. Your videos are great, man. Like I said, I mean, anything you pick up, it's just fun to see what you pick up, man. It's just, it's always good stuff. Well, guys, I don't have a whole lot to say about my channel right now. I mean, like I said, I'm doing a lot of live streams with these guys here, which I'm really, really enjoying. I got some more. I got a series called Pops Tops. There's 3 episodes out there. I'm trying to get that off the ground, so you guys go out and check those out. I got some ideas for some new ones coming out. More live streams where I do a lot of collection updates, stuff like that. But guys, this has been a blast. Everybody in the chat's been fantastic. I appreciate all that. I'm gonna finish up with these last couple shout outs real fast. So right on. Not sure what that is. Can't wait for the next one, guys. Loved it, and I'll be watching. Great stream, y'all. I appreciate it, guys. Amazing collection. Guys, y'all are the best, man. I appreciate everything. But guys, if y'all don't have anything else, I think we're gonna end this. We will see y'all next time, guys.
See you later.
Go out and subscribe to all these guys. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. All right. Later, guys.
Thanks, Pops.